So to give everybody a little recap, when last we left, we had handed over to the Spear of Destiny, and everything had gone great, and we had left and had a big party.
Oh, that's exactly how I was
Yes.
expecting it to go. I roll this out.
Yeah.
That's perfect.
That's how I remember it.
I don't.
That's what I saw in the recap.
I don't
Yeah.
think that's right.
Oh. How else could it have gone? That's weird.
You have no video evidence, do you?
Well, I'm going to get us started off here with our folks on Twitch, whoever happens to be watching out there tonight. Welcome back to another episode of Dreamslayer Studios' Marvel Superheroes World War II campaign, In the Mouth of Madness. And a special welcome to our new player, Mark, who will be playing a character that has yet to be revealed. If you haven't been watching the series on YouTube, we are partway through Campaign 2 of In the Shadow of Evil right now, and we already have several episodes of this particular leg of the campaign under our belt. I always try to give a little bit of a rundown at the beginning of every episode, but I encourage you to seek out the other seek out the Dreamslayer Studios channel on YouTube so you can kind of catch up and see what's brought us to this point. But regardless, thank you all for joining us as we continue In the Mouth of Madness. And if you like what you see here tonight, please consider supporting us on Patreon. So over the last 2 episodes of In the Mouth of Madness, our band of heroes thwarted an assassination attempt on the life of inventor Howard Stark against a horde of futuristic robot assassins. With the staff of Longinus and the Dropastones in hand, the team has decided to conduct a meeting of the minds between Stark, the King of Wakanda, and the Prince of Atlantis to decode the language on the vibranium discs. On their way to Wakanda, the team came to the decision to hand over the Spear of Destiny to the Ancient One in Camartage, and attempted a shortcut through the Dark Force dimension, where they found themselves embroiled in a side quest to assist the ruler of that realm, the enigmatic entity known only as Oblivion, from a coup by the Slavic god of darkness, Chernobog, who was seeking to court Oblivion's oldest daughter, the cosmic entity known as Death. Seemingly overpowering Chernobog and his puppets, the team was granted passage to Camartage, where Bombshell was tasked with turning over the Spear of Destiny. Much to the surprise of her teammates, however, Bombshell has presented the Spear of Destiny blade first into the gut of the Ancient One as the visage of Chernobog merges with Shelley, emboldened by the power of the Spear of Destiny and feeding off of the energies of the Ancient One. So you guys have witnessed this happen just moments ago. And as Shelley is driving the spear into the Ancient One, you begin to see her transform. Her beautiful locks of golden hair turn ebony black. And a pair of horns grow out of her head, not unlike those of the Fiend, your pal Will Wagner. The interior of her cloak turns jet black as well, and begins to kind of take on a bit of a life of its own, beginning to kind of flow in some sort of unseen, arcane breeze. And you hear a mixture of Shelley's voice and the voice of Chernobog, which you heard in the Dark Force dimension. We are so glad you interrupted our coup on Oblivion's Dark Force dimensions. Our desire to win the favor of Death was not going as planned. Death had forsaken her father and siblings, but now, with the Spear of Longinus in hand and the power of the Ancient One coursing through our veins, we will bring death to us. We will bring death to all. Come, you shall be the first to be sacrificed. And, without further ado, I think we should probably roll some initiative.
Okay.
Damn it, Shelley.
Okay. hold on a sec.
So, Bombshell, just so you know, I'm
Do
going
you want me to roll for you?
I'm going to pull you over to
Yes,
a
please.
different map here, everybody.
Okay, so Ancient One's Yurt. Okay. I'm going to roll for Spartan, as
Alrighty.
well as myself.
Yep. That's no problem.
Okay, it still says no encounter.
Oh, that's because I probably haven't started it yet. There we go. Now you should be good.
Okay.
So, Bombshell, if you'll take note, in the bottom left-hand corner of your screen down there, you might have to scroll out just a little bit. You should see the Chernobog token. Can you double-click on that and open that up? Oh, I think you're muted.
Yep, look at that. It's a whole character sheet.
All right. So now the only problem that we will probably have, because I created that in my screen, is you probably won't be able to roll on the macros inside that character sheet.
I'll just roll at the bottom.
Yeah, you can roll at the bottom, but you're going to need access to all of that.
Huh.
And anything that you would do that is higher than what you have on Bombshell's sheet, refer to Chernobog for anything that would be higher than what's on your sheet. Okay?
Gotcha.
Now, you have one other thing that is not on this sheet. And because of the powers that Chernobog has, he now has siphoned some of the Ancient One's energies into him.
Of course.
So you have magical powers.
Oh, neat. Cool.
Right now at the level of remarkable.
Okay. I mean, we'll get there. We'll get there.
And then if you also take a note here as well, at the top of the Chernobog page there, it shows that you do have 3 actions and a -4 CS on evade.
All right.
So you don't need to roll for that.
Right on.
Okay.
So, do I need to roll initiative for
yes. Yeah.
old Trini?
No, that's for you. So you've already rolled for you, so you're good.
Did I?
And
Oh, okay.
I
don't think I did.
Oh, okay. All right.
I'm in the wrong browser again. Womp womp. You have to bring out Edge once every other week.
That's so funny.
Can anybody hear me?
Yes.
Yeah, I got you.
Okay.
Sorry.
Okay, cool.
You were breaking up a little bit before, though.
No, that was me going.
Oh. I mean,
What,
that's a fair response to the current situation.
What stats am I using? Am I using wills or the fiends?
Depends on what form you're in.
Oh, God.
My understanding is that the fiend is probably feeling a little bit bottom sore from getting spanked by his dad, so probably will.
Okay. All right, so let's see, Mr. Arcane, I think you still need to roll your initiative there.
Yes, sorry. Oh. Okay.
All right, and you've got, what's your bonus?
+3.
Spartan, what's your bonus?
+2.
Tank?
Plus nothing.
Plus nothing. I don't know why I can't remember that. Let's see here.
Well,
Bombshell.
you think tank. Tanks aren't speedy.
Yeah, right. All right, Bombshell and the Fiend, both of you guys are going to stay because a 1's a 1.
Okay. So the mods don't apply?
Not when it's a 1.
Okay, well, hey, you're welcome, guys.
At least you got that going for
Thank you.
Okay, so let's talk extra actions. So starting with Mr. Arcane at the top of initiative, do you want to take extra actions?
Yes, and I'll spend karma.
Okay.
Um,
You don't have to sound so eager.
I mean, it's kind of desperate.
Oh.
Oh, sweet. Okay, I'll make that a red.
All right, cool.
It gives me 2 or
Your fighting is on the excellence, so
it is.
It gives you 2 total, and you
Huh?
don't even. Well, you'll get it up to a red with that, I think, anyway. So, and then dodge or evade.
I will evade.
Okay, so fighting.
And that is agility, which is remarkable.
Okay, that's -2. All right, Spartan, you're up next. Extra actions.
Sure, why not?
I will. Okay, and that's going to be on her fighting.
Yep.
Okay, with base is remarkable, but she has various skills in martial arts. Do I just roll on the base remarkable?
Just the base.
And I think we're going to spend karma on this. Yes.
Yes.
Okay. What would it take to get that up to a yellow?
Remarkable. You need to get it to a 66. So 10 will do.
Okay, so the minimum 10 karma will do.
So that will be.
Okay, I don't know why that showed as coming from Human Tank when I have the Spartan character open,
That's
but
all right.
not going to worry about it. And Human Tank is also going to try to do this.
Okay.
He also has remarkable fighting. And likewise, we'll be spending karma. I should have announced that before.
That's fine.
So that will also be 2 actions, correct?
Right, and then dodge and evade for both of those characters.
Evade.
Dodge for me.
Okay.
Oh. Hey, boss.
You.
I don't see his armor here, which means he only has Shelly's armor.
Technically, yes, but with the magic and the dark force, he can actually create his own if need be.
Gotcha. That'll probably be move 1.
Before.
I mean, does he
You can
need
do
armor?
that.
You know what I mean? Like, I don't know.
I mean, you guys are pretty easy targets, so it's not like you just whooped his butt before.
All right, so Tank, sorry about that. I got a little sidetracked there. You're going to do dodge or evade?
I'm going to do a dodge,
Okay.
and Spartan is going to do evade.
Okay, so fighting for Spartan and agility for Tank.
Okay. Okay. I can't run it directly from her page, so I'm just going to click here. Ew. Sorry, Spartan.
No problem.
And I'm going to then go for my agility, which is, yeah.
Okay. Got it. Fiend.
Well, this is fine. All of this is fine.
Is it?
Let's see, where's... okay, there's Chern... Oh, wait. Is that great big... Is Shelly a giant?
No, she's still regular Shelly sized.
Okay.
Now, quick question. Did we see the Chernobog spirit going into her? Do we fully know, even Tank, understand that she's possessed?
Oh, I think so. Yeah, with
Okay.
With the horns growing out of her head and everything turning black.
Okay,
Yeah.
okay. Because otherwise he'd probably be trying to talk to her and figure out what's going on. But if there's horns and glowing black and stuff,
Mhm.
he will realize, what's happening. He's been around enough mystic stuff now.
First things
Damn
first, Will is going to move away from Shelly because no.
Give me a hug.
No. No. And he'll put up his Dark Force aura.
Okay. Now, right now, I'm doing those the extra actions, and
Oh, I'm sorry.
that's all right. That's okay.
I need to go back to where I was then. I would like to dodge, and I have no desire to try to do extra actions and fail abysmally.
Gotcha. All right, so dodge is agility, please.
Yes. I suppose I should spend karma on that.
Hey,
Oh, I don't need
69.
karma. I win.
Look at that. You do win.
Okay. Mark that down as 1. You do that 3 times in a session, you get a wish.
That's right. And then Bombshell.
Well, my
we already know
my
we got extra
actions are already squared away,
Oh,
so
yeah,
we're good
and
there.
then the evade is good. So, yeah, I think we're
Yep.
all good there. So, it's minus the evade, right?
Yep.
Okay. All right. Now, I think Visha begins the battle. So, Mr. Arcane, it comes to you first.
Okay. So great. Oh my gosh. Okay. So Shelley, Ancient One. Okay, so I'm going to move here stupidly. I'm going to use my energy control, my magnetism, right, to erect a shield around himself as one of his actions. And then I'm going to try a spell. I'm going to invoke Agamotto, and I'm going to try again that. One of the effects is it can completely dispel an illusion, charm, or other mental influence over a character. So he's going to try and drive this guy out. And he'll say something like, let his burning gaze fall upon you, and that light will drive you out. Hopefully. We'll see. So I will definitely spend karma on that roll. And that is remarkable. I think it's only remarkable. Oh, it is. Okay. All right. I'll spend karma on this roll.
Okay.
Okay. That's a 53. I will try to get up, or I will get up to a yellow.
66.
But I don't know if that's good enough.
Okay, what rank is that effect?
It is remarkable.
Okay. So I need just to make a psyche feat on that.
Yep. Using
Remarkable intensity?
The big token. Nope. That's going to be the psyche. Or
Right. No, but I mean against
remarkable, yeah.
against remarkable, which
So-
means I just need a green.
Correct. Yep.
Sweet.
Oh,
Really great.
little man.
Love it.
You hear Shelley and Chernobog giggle ever so slightly.
Well,
And I think you have another action.
But you know what? The intent was there, and
I
I
did too.
appreciate that.
I did 2 things. I did the shield and
The shield. Well,
yeah,
I think
and
we
the-
have determined like bringing the shield up is kind of an automatic kind of
Oh,
deal.
okay, then great.
As,
All
as
right.
long as you state that you're doing it. So yeah.
Okay. Oh, well, in that case, I will try something else. I will try a bolt of bedevilment to try and drive her back, or him back, whatever, away from the Ancient One.
Okay.
Which is basically just force, well, not force damage, but you know what I mean.
Mhm.
Magical damage. That is incredible. So I'll spend karma on that too. That's yellow. Well, I mean, I'll make it yellow.
Okay.
And that is what is it? I'm evading, so that doesn't no negative column shifts on that.
Right. So what's your damage on that?
It's incredible.
Okay.
Okay, so that's 20 damage since because of the code, right?
Yep.
We won't let you have her.
Little late
That's
for
it.
that.
All right, Spartan.
Okay, I'm going to run up to her where I am. Whack her on the head with the wooden part of my spear to knock her out.
Going for the old.
And with your spear, you have incredible, so you want to roll the incredible for that.
And that would be on the
And
bludgeoning, right? Or whatever
yeah.
it's called.
Yeah, dashing, I think.
Bashing, that's it.
I don't want to kill her, I just want to knock her out.
I mean, I appreciate that.
As a trained warrior,
Yeah.
I think I would know the difference.
Blunt. Yeah, so you got a yellow, which is possible slam.
Okay, I'll make an endurance feat against that.
Yeah, it's been 2 years. I'm learning the system.
Yeah, no. She's not going anywhere.
Oh, at least she takes damage.
And for my other action, I'm gonna move away. Smart.
Bring it
now-
back.
Yeah.
Now, technically, that was a shot to the head, and she got a yellow, so I guess that counts as hitting in the head.
Yeah. Mm-hmm.
So the coat would not be a factor there.
That's true.
So how much damage was it again?
We need to look at that because I think the way
Should
that
be strength +1, I
it
think.
is should be strength +1. Yeah. So it actually does
Has-
equal out. So that would be incredible. Yeah.
Okay,
Yeah.
so okay, owie, that stung a little.
All right. Tank.
If that stung a little, I ain't seeing it in your health bar. Whoa. I want you to know that I'm not hitting you, because I don't hit girls, unless they're Nazi girls. I'm hitting whatever demon is in you, and I'm just going to smash it out.
You're
And
punching my soul?
Yeah. And I'm going to do a charge. I know I don't have a lot of space for a charge, but maybe that'll give me some bonus.
Man, if I could use any of these abilities as reactions, I would be doing some crazy stuff right now.
Fortunately, we're long before that ever emerged in game design. So I believe I roll my endurance for that,
Correct.
and I get a column shift on damage, but not the roll.
You got it.
Correct.
And I do get to add my martial arts to the endurance, so I'm actually at amazing.
Incorrect. Boy, you were so
okay.
close.
You're so close. You almost had
Okay.
all three.
Okay, well, I am spending karma, and I'm declaring it in advance.
Oh,
And I believe that will kick me up to a
All
rank
right.
if I
It
spend
does.
a minimum of 10 karma,
Mm-hmm.
which I'm going to do.
That might
So
be a
let's-
slam.
So
Yeah.
let's get that down.
All right, so it gets you up to what, a 98, and that's
Yep.
on the incredible column. So we're going to take a
Could be
look at
slam
something
or stun.
here. Now you're doing an evade. Bombshell.
Oh, right, because fight him. So -4 column
So
shifts
it's
on that.
1, 2, 3, 4. It is still a red.
Oh,
so
boy.
It is a potential stun.
And what was the rank of that attack?
My endurance is incredible, and I did a charge, so I think that
So
makes
one-
it amazing.
Amazing. Okay, so that's a. Oh, but it has its own chart, right? It's not based on the intensity.
Right.
I have to just roll it and hit a yellow, I guess.
Yeah. Mm-hmm.
All right. Oh, yeah, I have to do it over here. Oops. Well.
Okay.
Well,
Or-
I mean, I would spend karma, but I didn't say it. And also, I just looked at how much karma Chernobog has.
Oh yeah.
He's had bitter days.
Yeah. Oh well, I didn't actually put any on there for him because I have my own system there for
Okay.
the villains. But so
Gotcha.
he would have karma to spend.
But you do have to declare it before you roll, and I did not declare it. But that should be you.
And the most it would get would be a green, so you can't raise it past one column shift, or one color shift, I should say. Yeah. And so
getting slammed at a minimum.
A yellow. Yeah.
Do I need to roll for both?
I'm rolling
slam
for
and
you.
stun?
There you go.
Okay.
So you are stunned for 1 round.
Okay.
So now roll for the slam. Mm-hmm. You are not slammed.
Oh well.
Wow.
But at least there's little tiny winged Chernobog circling your head.
Right?
I mean, that was honestly the best thing you could have done. Get a stun on her.
I get a second action, and I'm going to follow it up with a haymaker. Just a straight old, two-handed kawam.
How much damage was that, Tank?
It was amazing damage, so it should be 50.
Okay. All right. Minus 20, 30. Okay.
I am really depressed at how slowly that health bar is going down.
Yeah, I haven't noticed a lot of movement either. I was looking at that.
This is like, boss monster.
Oh, I'm taking it off the wrong. I'm taking it off the wrong sheet.
No, you're not. No, you're not. You're doing the right thing. Yeah.
Okay.
Because his health was higher than yours, that's why it's not registering on your bar.
Gotcha.
Oh boy.
Okay, so going to spend karma on the attack. That's going to be fighting, and I do get to add my martial arts for that.
Oh right, I can't edit that sheet. So
that kicks that up to incredible for the attack. And I am calling karma again. We got to get this demon out of her. Good thing I did too. What do I need to raise that to green on incredible?
I have 31, so 10 would get you there.
Yep.
Okay. So that will be a hit at least, and it will do amazing damage. I don't think any column shifts apply to my damage for martial arts or anything. It's just pure strength.
Right.
So another 50.
Okay. All right, so you do a little haymaker, hitting Bombshell again.
It doesn't seem to be making a lot of hay.
After that, we now go to Will.
Well, Sherna Kelly? No. Chernobog. Shellybog? Shellybog. There we go.
That does lack a certain gravitas.
You're making up
He would
shipping
hate
names now, okay?
I hope it's not going to be permanent enough to make it a thing.
I mean,
right.
one would hope. But, sometimes things enter your body and they just hang around.
That is what she said.
Oh, I imagine you have a certain degree of empathy for this situation.
Will is going to try to do a power stunt to encase her from the neck down in a block of solid dark forest to make her stay put.
Okay.
I have very little thought that this is going to work, but let's try it.
Well, she's currently stunned. I don't think she can do anything about it.
Currently, I have succeeded at this once, so I will be spending karma and my 100 points off the top. And now I roll Dark Force, yes?
Mm-hmm.
Okay.
Hey, there you go.
So how much do I need to spend to get it to yellow?
Let's see here on the Remarkable. We need to get that up to 66.
66, so 20.
20.
That math's easy.
A bargain at twice the price.
So yeah, she is encased in a solid block of Dark Force from the neck down past your toes.
Okay, cool.
I don't know how long that'll hold her.
You guys...
I
now are alerted to something happening elsewhere here in the room. Oh, man. Oh, come on, baby. Can I get that to go in the right spot? Oh, it's not going to... I'm going to have to move this whole damn thing. Has to be some way to do this easily. There's not. Okay, so we're going to do it like this. All right, so you see a ball of energy beginning to form on the far end of the room.
Oh, not like one of the, bots.
It's exactly like one of those.
Great, really great, really
Great.
Um,
So
Oh.
we've got one thing we
They
can't
have a real
hurt,
gift
and
for
we're
timing, wouldn't you
we're
say?
being
Yeah.
assisted by,
No.
and they're bringing in a bunch of other things we could barely hurt.
that's
Really
awesome.
splendid.
I forgot. Could Will have put up his Dark Force aura during his turn?
Yes. Yeah, that's
Okay,
fine.
cool.
Yeah. So you guys see this very familiar electrical formation that forms here within the yurt, and it cuts out a portion of the wood plank deck and the stone right beneath it, and emerging from this ball of energy, you see an individual that is dressed in what seems to be some sort of heavy-duty armor. Do you want to, Mark, explain what it is they see?
Give me 1 second. Am I muted or?
Yep,
Have
you're
I-
good.
I can
We
hear
got
you.
Good. All right.
I can hear him.
I actually thought he was going to arrive like they do in the Terminator.
like naked.
Yeah. So,
This isn't. This was pre-code, but you still had some
Right.
standards.
Yeah. Still comics.
There
code
would be those
compliant.
bits of smoke and steam blocking out the important parts. It would be fine.
So, okay, with that in mind, here maybe this was something that maybe I didn't understand. The armor that he has, is that something that he can create around him?
it's not something that he statistically had as a
Okay.
thing he could just generate. No.
Okay.
Yeah, I figured that he had to take it off like they, did in the Terminator, like normal, and just go through that full time travel spiel.
So let me throw this at you, just to kind of maybe help explain this. Perhaps that armor is actually made out of the endoskeletons of the Terminators, which is why he can actually wear it, because it is actually a part of what normally would be sent through.
All right. Yeah,
Makes
I'll
sense?
totally take that.
Okay.
Yeah, thank you.
All right. So now you don't have to run around in the nude.
Yay, that's great.
That's also kind of a statement. Wearing Terminator pieces as armor. I mean,
Thank you.
yeah, I dig it.
So, as he's described, he's in this formerly Terminator chassis armor with a very intricate cross put across it. His face is kind of weathered. He has a long scar that's going from over his eye all the way to the back of his head, this long white scar. He has a bruise at the bottom of his jaw at the current. And he's breathing pretty heavily as he comes into, as he apparates. Out of curiosity, I'm having some trouble getting the map to orient.
Oh, okay.
I can see the map.
So if you use your right mouse button, that should scroll for you.
Yeah, that did it.
And then
Okay.
if you've got a roller ball in the middle, you can kind of scroll in and out just to zoom in and out if you need to.
Awesome. Yep, that worked. Thank you so much.
Mm-hmm.
So yeah, and he currently does not have the shoulder cannons on him, unless I'm allowed to have them already deployed, in which case I'll accept that.
I would say with the transport here, probably not. So that's going to have to be an action to do that. So surveying the scene here, Mark, what you see when you encased Bombshell, did you do basically just a full bubble around her? Okay.
Yeah, I was looking basically like a cylinder around her.
All right. So what you know, Mark, is this is the location that should put you close enough to your target. Okay? And your target is actually nowhere in sight at the moment.
Okay.
Good, that means it's not me.
Yay!
Yeah, Stark's not here.
We had previously discussed him making a pretty drastic intuition fail when he arrived. Is that something that is in force?
I think right now we probably should roll an intuition right now because the circumstances are a little different than what was anticipated at your entrance here. So let's just go ahead and make a clean intuition.
Roll vibe check.
That did not do what I thought it would do.
I mean, that makes sense.
That was an initiative right there, and that's okay.
I mean, and that makes sense.
Yeah, it does. So if you look on your sheet under the FASERIP next to the I, you'll click the macro next to the I.
It is
Intuition.
not pulling up the actual sheet.
Oh, it's not.
Yeah, when I'm clicking on my my
Double
token,
click. Double click your token.
double click. There we go. Thank you.
Sometimes you gotta
All right.
really quick click.
You got to mean it.
Yep.
And it says I don't have permission to use
Oh,
the
balls. Okay.
but
See,
I can try that one. There we go.
yeah. And did you do the macros at the bottom down there?
Just now I did.
Okay,
Yes.
yeah, that's fine. So, you've got a little bit of karma to spend. I think on that one, I think it's okay not to do that. And just so you know, I'm usually nice to first-time players and give you a couple of opportunities to backtrack and call karma late. It's best to call karma before you roll if you want to spend karma to bump up your roll. In this case, I don't think it's needed. I think it actually plays more into the character right now anyway that he is a little bit clueless. But you do look around, you know this is where you're supposed to be. You recognize some of the figures here, but the individual that you're looking for is not in direct sight. But they all seem to be focused around this black globe. You also see an individual that you do not recognize, the ancient one, lying bleeding at the feet of Mr. Arcane.
To clarify, I was leaving your head out because I didn't want to.
Oh, head out. Okay,
Yeah.
so
Apologies.
backtracking. that's what I wanted to know. So you do see your target,
Sort of.
and she is unconscious on the floor inside a black bubble. Her head is just kind of poking out of this black bubble that is on the floor. So with that information, you can do as you please.
Okay. I see my target unconscious, surrounded by people who appear to be in combat with her, except for this old man who appears to be dying.
He's not dying.
He's fine. He's just taking a nap.
He's going to be okay.
It's all appearances. It's all appearances.
He's just sleepy.
He's
So I
heavy
guess
upstate.
should if I'm going to engage with this as a combat situation, should I roll for extra actions if I want to do that?
I am going to just go ahead and give you the extra action right now. So you would have two actions in total, plus the extra one that you have with your little special ability.
Okay.
One of those actions for this first round, if you want to use that to draw that particular ability, you can do that, and then you would have one more action on top of that.
Okay.
Okay.
And that's seeing what people will do in combat? Is that what we're talking about?
Well, no, I was thinking about your little friends.
Oh, okay. I can spend the health to go ahead and activate those then. Okay. Thanks for letting me orient, guys. I'm sorry.
Yeah, no worries.
It's all good.
You kind of came into the middle of stuff. Not exactly a gentle ramp up.
So that leaves me with 2 additional actions. I will think I'll use ionization to try and phase Bombshell, since that's the person who I'm taking to be my target. That way, theoretically, she's in a phase state and can't be directly attacked.
Okay.
Give me 1 sec.
Now, in this case, because it's only her head that is visible at this point, you will need a yellow to target her.
Okay. And will you do it this time? It will not roll from the sheet, but that is amazing. So I'll roll over here.
Okay. And that is a yellow, so you're able to do that. So she is now in phase.
Okay, excellent. And for my next action, I'll put my force field up.
Okay.
And is that like a Mr. Arcane's shield where he just automatically can pop it up?
Yeah. Mm-hmm.
Okay, so that leaves one more action then. One more action. Well, I think that the human tank looks pretty big and ferocious. So I think I'm going to also phase him so that he can't hit things. Just 1 second.
All right, 83. That's a hit on that. Let's see. Now, you were dodging, though, correct, Tank?
He was.
Yes, I figured
was doing
energy
dodge with
blasts
his
are
weird-
more likely to be.
with his very impressive agility stat.
Yep.
Well,
But he's still got a green.
It's because energy stuff is more likely to get through my armor, so
Yeah.
that's where my thought is.
And in this particular case, it was kind of prescient.
That is still a yellow, so that does hit. So for the next round, human tank, you don't know this, but you are in phase. You got hit by some sort of energy. It didn't really hurt, but it certainly got your attention.
Okay.
Out of curiosity, well, I guess we'll find out
Mm-hmm.
if he tries to punch me in the head.
Yeah, right.
Oh, yeah. Didn't think about that.
Oops.
Sorry.
Okay.
So right now, I'm still pretty much focused on my possessed teammate.
I mean, maybe we're on entirely different frequencies. You don't know.
Yeah, I was
It might not
thinking that
interact-
he
it might not
probably
even
would
be able
choose
to
different
interact.
Frequency.
I feel like Shelley's a little too enthusiastic about this situation.
Well, when a situation is like it is, sometimes you just gotta be like, have fun with it.
All right, Mr. Arcane, it comes back to you.
Okay.
Wait,
All right.
I didn't get a turn because I got stunned.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Boo!
So Metal Man shows up. Well, not Metal Man. Armored Man shows up. He does some shit.
Uh-huh.
Shelley's in case, and then
You saw him take 2 shots, one at Shelley, one at Tank. Hitting both of them.
Do we look any different?
Nope.
Okay.
okay. And did Tank react in pain at all?
Didn't seem to, no.
Okay. And Shelley's stunned, so she wouldn't have said anything.
Right.
Okay. This really sucks. So, for the moment, and the Ancient One is laying on the ground,
Correct.
right?
Mm-hmm.
Does he still have the spear in him, or does Shelley have it still?
It is now encased in the bubble with Shelley.
Okay. All right, so Shelley has it. Okay, so Mr. Arcane is going to try and scoop up the Ancient One. And because now one of these murder death bots showed up. And now, I mean, this has just gotten worse and worse. And he is this an exit here?
Yes.
Okay. So he's going to take the Ancient One and scoop him up and then try and zip out and say, I need to get him to safety or out of, let's see, he would probably say, I need to get him out of the middle of this firefight. So he'll try and move him just, I guess, outside the yurt.
Okay.
And kind of, check on him to I don't know, stabilize him and make sure he's not dying.
Gotcha.
You okay, buddy?
I guess. Yeah. Hey, guy.
Does it work on somebody else when somebody else does it?
Hey, little friend. Don't die.
Hey, little buddy. Yeah, so make a reason roll for me, please.
Okay.
Also, Chris, I sent you a ping on Zoom.
Oh, okay.
Okay.
All right, so you're able to stabilize him at this point.
Okay. So I'm just outside the yurt with him kind of around the corner is my intent, right? I have no idea how sturdy the yurt is or not, but, out of the line of sight is what I'm trying to do there. And then if I have movement still, and I'll shout, help, help, because we're in Kemertosh, so hopefully there will be some people around. Help, help! The Ancient One is hurt. And if I can, I'll try and move back in.
Gotcha.
I just wanted to get him out of the, out of the brawl.
Gotcha. Okay. Yeah, that's fine. So you said you want to move back in?
Yes, I do want to move back in.
All right. Yeah, that's fine. Yeah, you should be.
Because I don't want to be out of the fight. I just wanted to get him out of the fight.
Sure. You should be able to get him out there, stabilize him, and then at the beginning of this next round, get you back in.
Okay, fine. All right, so I'll be outside then.
All right. Spartan.
With him, right? He's out there too.
Okay. Shelly, is she conscious or unconscious?
She is currently unconscious.
I don't need to whack her.
I mean, I would say she's semi-conscious because she's only
Yeah,
stunned.
she's not unconscious. She's stunned. Her bell's rung.
So, kind of bell's rung. She's kind of weaving, I guess.
I'm gonna go up
Unfocused.
and whack her again.
Okay.
I mean, okay. So, Will, did you have to leave only the face out?
Yes, that was the whole idea.
So all they can hit is my face.
That is accurate, yes.
I am not aiming for your face. I'm aiming
Just
for
the
your
face.
head.
Not the face, just the head. So
Think of Shelly like a Pez dispenser. And I think you're on the right track.
Incredible.
Thank you.
You want to spend karma? Say before you
Yes,
roll.
I'd like to spend karma.
Okay, now I really hope I do get to act.
Good call. Okay.
10 points
so
will get
what-
you to the green.
Okay, I will take that off.
And my move will move away.
Moving away again.
And it's incredible damage.
All right, and that's
Escape
to the
flight
head,
damage.
so that's actual full damage.
Yeah.
And it still doesn't seem to be. If incredible
she's
barely moves
currently
her
phased,
rod or
There we go.
pixel.
There we go. You-
Oh, wait,
okay,
she's phased.
Now we're getting somewhere.
Oh, she
Yeah,
is
she's-
phased. Yep.
She is phased.
Actually,
Never mind.
It goes right through. Yeah.
I have a question
Oh.
that I forgot about.
Uh-huh.
She's encased in Dark Force. Is that sucking her life energy out?
At the beginning of the following round, that's when it begins. Yes. So you did it last round. So once it gets to your action this round, it will start beginning to pull energy from her.
What she should have regenerated during her turn,
Yep.
even though she was stunned.
All right. Now we're to tank.
Okay. Well, I am also phased, apparently. So,
Not that you really know.
yeah,
because apparently there's no effect.
but I'm still gonna try smacking her one.
Okay.
I'm apologizing the whole time. Sorry.
So rude.
I'm so sorry.
I don't believe
I'm
you.
so
I don't
sorry.
believe you at all. I feel like you
Uh,
always wanted to punch me, and this is just coming out now.
And
That's
so
because you're
gonna
just
be-
enjoying this too much. That's why.
That's. I mean, it seems that we end up fighting Shelly several times.
A
I
lot.
think this would happen.
She's a
happened
She's like a
possession
recurring
magnet,
villain.
dude. This is like the 5th time.
All right, Shelly
Okay,
can't touch
and-
any more shit.
I She's like
I'm gonna have to put
Dexter's
my foot
sister from Dexter's Lab, not from the slasher show. Always from what does this button do?
T, you idiot!
So that's going to
I
be,
mean, kind of
going to
fair,
be-
honestly.
and that will be amazing damage if it affects her at all.
All right. Yep. So, with you in phase, with her in phase, you guys are on the same kind of frequency. So yes,
Clonk.
she takes the damage here.
So
All
they're
right,
both
and-
phased out for the rest of
Cloak.
us, but they're phased.
So that's amazing damage. All
Yep.
Yep.
Mhm.
right, so down to 84. I don't know how that affects Homeboy, but Shelly's not doing great.
But a yellow will not do any special effects, will it?
I think on that she's
It would be a
already
slam.
Stunned,
It
but
could
would
be a slam.
But she's in the Dark Force block. I don't think you can.
yeah, in the
Don't
Dark
think
her
Force
head's
block and
free.
on the ground, but her head's free.
I mean, you could knock her head off, I guess,
It's like a speed bag.
or
That's
knock
kinda
her
what I was
out
thinking.
of the Dark Force. Should we check to see if that happens?
I would say, why don't you make an endurance roll?
Okay. Let me see here. I mean,
It sends the ball bouncing around the room, I think. So from that angle, she gets sent over to this wall, ricochets over to this side,
Jesus.
and 8-ball in the corner pocket right there. And that's just enough. Oh, you got another action though, don't you, Tank?
Yep, and it's just going to be another hit. I do well. Okay, but since I slammed her,
Mm-hmm.
it's going to have to be a charge.
Okay.
Let's see. It's a short charge, but it's still a
Mm.
charge.
Have to be a charge.
that's gonna be hard because you got to charge her head.
Well, I could
be a
always slam her
clothesline.
into something.
I mean,
Yeah,
it could.
And so that's going to be to my endurance that's used here. And that's incredible. I'm going to spend karma on this, which is good. How much do I need to get that up to a green?
Oof.
31.
Okay, so that's minus 196. Okay, I'm going to have to slow down the karma spending here unless we find a busload of orphans soon.
I mean, we
Does it
could
get
beat
the negative
Chernobog
4
again,
column
and then-
ships?
Yeah. So you hit the ball. You don't hit Shelly. So it kind of sends it spinning just a little bit off in that direction. So you kind of just caught the momentum of it and just kind of kept it going just a little bit. And we now come to Shelly inside the ball in phase.
Okay.
So
Okay.
it's almost like pit. So we're almost playing Shelly pinball
Yeah.
here.
So
Yeah.
one thing to mention, I think that they're both in phase for 50 rounds.
Oh,
A
for how
50
long?
turn.
Oh, 50 turns?
50 rounds?
Yeah,
Oh,
because
okay.
it's the score of the actual rank. It looked like looking at the
No, so
just to let you know the time frame.
That's
So
awesome.
So
that's going
forever.
to be like just us two are going to be battling it out here.
Well, I was going to ask if my character has the ability to at will drop that, since he's the person who
Yeah,
actually put
I
them
would
in
say
it.
so, yes. Mhm.
Okay, I think that he'll at will drop it right now.
I think
So,
he would have to do that on his turn.
okay, that's cool.
That makes
Thanks.
sense.
Mhm.
Okay. Okay. Okay, so
Okay.
my turn.
Yes.
All right, let's take a look here. What are our options? With so many options.
I would like to think of it as Chernobog's turn.
Yeah, it definitely is. Definitely Chellybog's turn. All right, so I think the first step.
Hank's been hurting you the most.
Yeah, I think the first step is to get rid of this undignified situation. So I would like to use my Dark Force manipulation
Mhm.
to shatter the ball
Mhm.
into 1,000 tiny spears
Okay,
and explode it into the surrounding area.
gotcha.
But that will make me sad.
I know.
That'll make me
and
sad.
you being sad
And
will
I
make
will
me
be
very
sad.
happy. You want me to roll Dark Force Manipulation on that?
Yeah.
Nope, I can't roll it there. I have to roll over here. Okay.
All right.
And I am assuming that because his Dark Force Manipulation is lower than mine, that is
Yeah, I'm
successful?
checking his. So it's by 2 column shifts. So you are able to break it,
Okay.
but it
But it
doesn't.
does not have the...
Yeah, it doesn't have the
Doesn't have
shattering
the-
effect I think that you were looking for. But
Darn.
you have broken it down and it has crumbled around you.
All right. Well, that's unfortunate. I cannot see...
I didn't dispel it the way I wanted to dispel it. I still dispelled it. It wasn't as dramatic.
I mean, look, there's an action economy situation here. He's a little he's struggling a little bit. All right. And he can't see Mr. Arcane or the Ancient One right now.
Correct.
He knows they went out.
Mm-hmm.
Now his primary drive, I think, is to probably secure that, but I mean, this is a situation that really does need to be handled first.
Okay, so let me give you a little hint here.
Okay.
Chernobog. I'm going to have Chernobog make a psyche roll for me.
Okay.
please.
Okay, and that is there.
Ah, okay, good.
Oh, well then.
Yep, never mind. God damn it. So
Don't you love it when you're
That is
just
very-
like,
yeah,
Freaking appropriate
Yeah.
here, okay? That's how we got into this mess.
I mean, look, man, you get into Shelley's head, and this is what happens.
All I needed was a damn green.
All right. So then,
you may act as you please.
okay. Okay. Now, does he understand what has happened to Bombshell's physical form in terms of being phased? Do you think he gets what's going on?
I don't.
You want an
know.
intuition roll from him?
Let me look here.
His reason's not that hot.
Right. No, I think
A little better than Shelley's, but that ain't much.
I think the intuition would be the way I would go. Yeah.
All right. Okay. Green.
He knows something's up, but he
Probably
can't.
from rolling around the room when the head passes through the yurt, like in places, like
Mhm.
he's ghosting through stuff.
Right.
So, and I think he's probably done that before
Mhm.
in the Dark Force dimension here and there.
Yeah. So yeah, he knows something's up for sure.
Okay, so he knows something's up with that. Now, a question: the vampirism, does that give me my health back?
It does.
Okay, so in that case, I would like to use, since my other primary target's not here, I would like to use the Dark Force Manipulation to yoink Will into my grip,
Mm-hmm.
since he is covered in Dark Force right now,
Mm-hmm.
and I'm going to try Soul Vampirism on him.
Okay.
So I think that's 2 different actions, right?
Correct.
All right, so we'll do the yoink first, and that's...
would this be considered a distance attack?
Yes.
Okay. So that's what I got the 69 on for my dodge.
And
69!
so you're gonna subtract 6 column shifts from that.
I think that's going to work, because I only got a
Probably
green on that.
Yeah. And it does. That certainly puts Bombshell then into a white. So
Okay.
you see the tendrils reach out for you, Will, and you expertly dodge out of the way. Shelley, you
Okay.
still got 2 more actions?
One more.
One more.
because I shattered the thing. Tried to do the grab, and that's just not working now. Super frustrating. Well, I mean, this body's kind of taking a beating.
Mm-hmm.
You know what? Let's try this body.
Oh no. Oh,
I'm gonna try and possess Human Tank.
Okay.
Excuse me?
Whoops! Damn it!
Oh man.
Of course it doesn't work.
Yes!
Because it's Tank.
Yes!
And he's special because reasons.
It's like a tinfoil hat, except it's iron.
The world's thickest tinfoil hat.
That's awesome.
Oh,
Thank you,
look,
Jesus.
Chris, man, you got to give me some stuff to work with here,
I
man.
know,
I need
I
some
know.
karma.
Yeah. He's
Yeah.
got some.
Oh, he does have some now.
He's
Damn
got
it.
some.
I feel like you have to call that, though. I don't know. Or I can.
No, you can. I'll leave it up to you.
Okay. Well, I mean, I guess I have to wait until next time.
Yeah.
Damn it.
All right, so Will
Well.
comes to you.
Now it's my turn, and that Dark Force stuff isn't going to hurt her, so that didn't work. So Will has made a new calculation, and it is time for shenanigans.
Oh, no.
I will be spending karma,
Mm-hmm.
and Will
Why do
would
you
like to
care?
use telepathy to reach out to Shelley's mind inside of her body, not Chernobog's, and attempt to
Oh.
empower her to take her body back over.
Gotcha.
That would be
I
really
don't know if
nice.
it's a power stunt or
No,
how you would like
I
to
think
do
just
that.
straight telepathy. It's all right.
I think Shelly is just currently completely subsumed by darkness
And then I
and is
unplug
curled up in a little
headphones.
ball in her mind.
Okay. So roll the old telepathy. Oh, come on now.
Yeah. All right.
Dark Force interference, man, it's the
Yeah.
worst.
I can't hear anyone.
Uh-oh.
Okay, there we go.
He
got
failed
us
his
now.
telepathy roll so hard, his mic stopped working.
Yeah, I accidentally yanked out the cord.
Yep, you got
Um,
got some interference in there. Something definitely, some psychic blocks that are blocking you out of there.
Well, that's just disappointing. And how much karma does that cost me?
Or you want to get up to a green?
Yeah, I had said
Okay,
I was
I'm
spending
sorry,
karma.
I missed that. So
Oh, that's good.
You might be able to get through there. So you're on the remarkable column. So actually, not much. Just Tim will get you up there.
Alrighty, let's do that.
So Shelley, make a psyche feat, please.
Oh my god.
Okay.
The psyche
boy.
feat. Those-
Hey, Shelly,
Listen.
spend karma.
Oh, yeah, I can spend karma. I will do that.
63.
Hey!
I will bring that up to a yellow.
76 will
If-
get that to a yellow.
Okay. So 13.
All right, so you, Will, are able to breach through the psychic shields that are blocking you right now, and you can sense Shelley in there. You've got about 11 seconds to be able to say something to her, so make it good.
Okay, Shelly, you've been possessed again. Where's the Spear of Destiny?
Again.
In my hand.
Chuck it.
He made me
Chuck it.
stab the old nice old man with it.
Throw it. Give it to Tank. Anybody.
Okay.
All right,
Huh.
and you'll have to do that next round if you can. We go to Mark's character.
Will literally require 2 feats from her to do that.
Okay, so obviously going through the time warp messed with his mind and he made bad tactical decisions in this first round. Can he do another intuition roll to get a better beat on what's going on?
Sure. Yep.
Okay.
What do you mean? It was
This is
perfect. No,
confusing.
keep doing what you're doing.
Let's see, remarkable.
36.
Okay.
Um,
Better?
So now that you've seen the bubble dissipate around Bombshell, you recognize her, but something is definitely wrong. She is fighting her teammates. Her teammates are fighting her. And she's got
horns.
Black hair instead of blonde. And horns growing out of her head. So something is certainly going on here. But, it's hard to tell exactly what.
Okay.
It's all new to you.
Did I hear an actual verbal discussion between Shelley and Will?
No. That was all in
That
the
was
minds.
in their head.
Uh-huh.
Okay. All right.
Will kind of
It's
held
all
his
in her
finger
very
up to his
echoey head.
and then some kind of black kind of smoke was around Shelley's head for a minute, but I think that's done.
Okay. So let's see. Trying to decide if he would. Well, he knows that something's up with her, so I guess that making it impossible for them to interact with her might not be the way that he would want to go. So I guess he'll drop the phase on both Shelley and on Human Tank. So they are neither of them phase now. With that being an at-will thing, does it still take an action or?
Nah, I don't think so.
No.
Okay. All right. Cool. So he has 2 actions that are currently left in this round. Okay. Huh. So he's actually aware of who these people are. Is that right?
Yeah, historically, it's kind of falling into place that, these are the people that Shelley would have been with at this point. So, yeah, you have a basic knowledge of who they are.
Okay. And as far as the history that he has with regards to these people, is he able to tell from the current setting that they're in where they would be, what part of time this is? Was he able to tell that when he was actually programming the time machine to bring him back here?
No, he didn't know where he was going to end up. And the fact that they are here at this point is confusing because this is not where they're supposed to be.
Okay.
You're so right. It is definitely not.
Fair
Time
enough.
variance authority's going to have words with all of us.
Okay, so
That's it. I'm playing Bruce the
I
Goldneck.
swear.
so he recognizes that fact. All right. So I think that he would go with a little bit of actual talking here then.
Okay.
It's like, wait, this is not supposed to be what's happening right now. This is not what's supposed to be. Could someone tell me exactly what's happening?
And that will take us
This
to
is
the
a good opportunity for Will to say something about what he wants Shelley to do.
And Will's going to have to wait till his turn because we are at the top of the next round at this point. So it comes.
Can I just hold my actions till the bottom?
You are at the bottom of the pool when it comes to that. So, I mean, if there are any actions that you want to take, you would probably need to take them now.
I think that it would be best to just not take any action then
That's
at this point.
Yeah, that's fine.
So, cool.
I mean, if you have any healing you want to throw at me, I mean, I appreciate the whole phasing thing. That was pretty key there for a minute, but
All right, so Mr. Arcane comes back to you, coming back into the yurt.
Okay. So I can move back in now.
Yep.
Did anybody hear me? Do I think anybody heard me? Did I hear what's going? I mean,
Oh,
I realize it's
outside,
only been
yes.
around.
Yeah. There were people nearby that heard your call and are coming running at this point.
Okay.
yeah, I can't imagine
All right.
there'd be a lack of people around the Ancient One's yurt.
Well, that's what I figured.
Like,
but
what if he wants
anyway.
some tea? What if he's feeling peckish? Somebody's got to go get him stuff.
Yeah. Okay. So let me
I
come
feel
back
like-
in and now see what I can see.
I feel like
Okay.
he
So
just
Shelley's no
fixed it.
longer in the Dark Force dome.
Mm-hmm.
He's not stunned anymore.
Oh,
The murder bot hasn't murdered anyone yet.
Doesn't seem to be.
doesn't seem to be an actual murder bot either. It was talking.
They didn't seem to be murder bots before either. Until they started murdering. Let's see.
I feel like Hank's been through some shit. He may need a minute. He may need a day or two to process.
So, I think what I'm going to try... Okay. All right. So, Shelly's possessed. I'm going to try to invoke Agamotto again. Right? To try and drive this guy out of her. And he'll invoke and say something like, his gaze doesn't falter, but sometimes it takes a moment. Stare into the eye. Do look into the light, and he'll try again. I will spend karma on this. Okay, so I'll push that to a yellow. Okay. Again. 61. Remarkable. Needs to go to... Okay, so 10.
All right, Chernobog's going to roll his psyche once again.
And then I'm going to try something a little dumb if this doesn't work. All right.
Yep. Okay. Still maintains hold.
Okay. All right. So, I mean, because I was just outside, I feel like I still have plenty of movement left because I do have flight. So if I have to dash, like off my feet over to her, here's what I want to try, Chris.
Okay.
So that crown that I have?
Yeah.
That lets me resist mental control?
Yep. Oh.
I'm going to pluck it off of my head, and I'm going to try and slam it down on Shelly's head.
Cool. Okay.
So I will spend karma on that too. I presume that's got to be a fighting roll, right?
Or maybe agility.
Actually, it's gonna be an endurance roll first.
Oh, I'm down for endurance. My endurance is better. Down for endurance.
The look on everyone's face tells me this qualifies as shenanigans.
This does feel a little stupid, but anyway, I'm going to try it. So that's
I like it.
No, I'm there.
He rips it off his head and he comes flying over, and he's trying to slam dunk it onto her. Yeah, that's remarkable. So I'll spend karma on this too. All right, that's fucking shitty, but all right. I mean, I'll still shoot for green because whatever.
Okay, 31. Okay, now I can't remember if we really discussed this at all. You've been wearing that pretty much this whole time, right?
Yeah.
And not taking it off since you've gotten it. Okay.
Nope.
I mean, briefly. I think during in Germany, he may have taken it off.
Okay.
Well, there was an undercover period, I think.
Yeah.
Okay. All right. So,
although he could have just illusionary invisibilized.
Well, that's what I kind of presumed. We can do a little glamour here and there, and just
All
right.
Okay.
But so that roll that you just made, I'm gonna change what it was.
Okay.
It's gonna be a psyche roll first.
Oh.
So
all right.
It's still the 10, but that's better because you're on the amazing.
Okay.
So you just have to spend like 16 to get it up to a green.
Okay. All right.
Okay. And that roll is to basically turn your bond with the crown off so that you can take it off of your head. Otherwise, the endurance roll that I had you roll was for you to rip it off.
Oh, no!
Okay.
Jeez.
So
Some
you're
things
able
I
to
didn't
turn
know.
it off. And then now, if you want
Should have read the manual.
Place it on her head, that would be a fighting feat.
Okay. All right. So then I'll try to do that then.
Hey, spend karma.
Yes, I will continue to spend karma like it is water.
Hey, all right.
Whoop, whoop, whoop.
Right, so
Excellent.
And then you want to get that up to a red.
Yes.
That would put you at a 95.
Okay, so that's 19? Okay.
Mhm.
19, okay. Okay, cool. Down for that. And he slams it down and he'll say, Shelly, wake up!
Hank, I'm gonna need you to get those other magic items out of their crystals so I can have the complete collection.
You're right.
Okay. It comes to Spartan before we get to Shelley. So.
No, that's fine. I get it. It's not her turn yet.
Mhm.
But
Okay.
that's 2 column
think
shifts to help. I think that's what that
I'm
item
gonna
is.
hold my action.
Gonna hold. Okay.
Yeah.
Tank.
I do one thing. I hit people. And since I managed to successfully make contact last time, I'm just going to assume I can do the same thing this time.
I mean,
this really
Hank is doing a thing. I'm not sure if
And then, boom!
it's real hard to
Comes
put this
up
thing
and
on a moving
slaps her.
target. Would you stop speed bagging her face? Speed bagging her face.
okay. In that case, I will also hold my action to see how the thing works out, ready to, smash if that's what it comes to.
All right, gotcha. All right, Shelley.
Yeah.
You're gonna make a psyche feat, but in this instance, it's gonna be on the amazing column.
Okay.
And you, as Shelley, may call karma for this.
I'm gonna.
Ooh.
Oh my God.
Jesus.
I'm glad I called it.
Wow, we are getting. I don't recall seeing quite this many white results before.
Can I spend some of my karma to raise her psyche?
Nope.
Because it's causing us a lot of trouble.
All right, so you see Shelley after you place that on her head. You see her eyes flicker through the blackness that is kind of covering them right now. They open wide. She brings her hands up to her head, and she is rocked backwards and just screaming in pain. You see Chernobog, basically the shadow of Chernobog's form spew out of her mouth.
Oh.
It gets sucked back in.
Okay.
So it certainly did something, but it hasn't broken her completely free from his power.
Okay.
But I think it has probably... That was 1, so it's going to stun for 1 round.
Okay.
Okay.
Does Shelley get to Well, is she stunned along with him? I guess.
You can make an endurance roll.
Okay. Never mind.
Okay. Yep. You're stunned as well.
I mean, not surprised.
All right.
And situationally correct anyway.
Yeah. All right. Will.
She's busy.
Well, maybe having that slammed on her head will mean she can do more stuff. Did she throw the Spear of Destiny or no?
Nope.
Still hasn't.
Has not had a chance to do that yet. She's been a little busy.
Okay. Will feels like that's important. This is a terrible plan. I'm going to use telekinesis and try to yoink it out of her hand and get it over to...
God.
Let's see where everybody is. Arcane is right next to her. She could just snatch it back. So yeah, straight to me.
Okay.
I will spend karma.
I'm pretty sure that Chernobog will also spend karma to resist this.
He won't be able to because he's stunned.
Oh, stunned. That's right.
All right, so 78. You want to get it up to a red.
Yes, I do.
And you needed a yellow to be able to pull it out of his grip. So, so that actually will do it. If you just want to spend your 10, that's fine.
Okie doke.
And
do I get anything better if it's a red or no?
Where are you wanting to? Are you just wanting to get it away from them?
Right in my hand.
To your hand. Okay, yeah. No, the yellow will do. That's fine.
Okay, cool. I will spend the 10 then.
All right, so you bring it to your hand, and I need you to roll a psychic feat, please.
Yep, I figured. I will spend karma on this too, and I'm guessing my resist domination talent will help.
Yes. Okay, 43.
Okay.
And to get up to a yellow is
A 51.
so
10 will do there.
8 more.
Well, you got to spend 10.
Oh yeah, gotta spend 10. Okay.
All right, so you pull the Spear of Destiny to you. As soon as it hits your hands, you get filled with this desire to hang on to this, number one. And also now to use it on Bombshell.
Oh, dear Lord.
But you're able to keep that at bay, but that urge is there.
I mean, it's not like Will is not used to inanimate objects causing him to have urges, let's be honest.
And it's not the first time he's wanted to stab Shelly either, so
It is not the
it's
first
kind of
time
a
he's
day
wanted to
ending in
stab
Y
Will.
right now.
Yeah, if he is able to, I would like him to tuck it into his belt. But if that has to wait until next turn, that's fine too.
You could probably do it.
Okay.
You don't necessarily want to, but you're kind of forcing yourself to do it.
I was about to say, the fact that Will doesn't want to put down the powerful, magical, inanimate object, considering his history, I think is the entire driving force behind Will wanting to put down the inanimate object,
Right.
considering his history. Honestly,
I
if it
feel
were
like
anyone else, no, he would hold it. But no.
No, I feel like
Only
he's probably
once,
got a
shame
thing
on me.
about that now, where it's like,
Yeah.
oh, you want me to hold on to you? Well, how about no?
All right.
Notice, during any time we've come up with anything weird, Will has not volunteered to touch a damn thing.
It's not that weird. Not that weird.
All right, Mark, it comes back to you.
Okay.
And I think nobody actually said anything.
Answer his question. No.
Answered his question. No.
Nope.
That makes sense.
I didn't
He's
hear
a
it. I
newcomer.
wasn't in the room.
Yeah.
I mean, you probably
was
heard it,
screaming my
but you were
stupid
focused
head off.
on other things.
I will ask, this is just a context for my character, because I
Mm-hmm.
really, I actually don't even know if it's Stark who he's actually come back for. We've never really discussed what he came back for in detail. So I don't know how much he knows about them or their histories or anything. Does he know anything about the Spear and Destiny and what's happening with them in this moment with that as an item affecting them? It's cool if he doesn't. I just want to know if he does, because it would alter choices in this moment.
You probably know that they are seeking items of power to keep them away from the Axis powers. As far as the Spear of Destiny, maybe not specifically that, but you do have an inkling of an idea on what they're supposed to be doing.
Okay, fair enough. I think, honestly, at this time, there's not really much that he can do. He doesn't feel like he should be attacking anybody. He doesn't know... Well, hell, why not? He moves over and tries to restrain Bombshell.
Okay.
There. So,
It's not the first time a random guy's tried to hug her. That's not that awful.
I
That's not
mean,
that
yeah.
awful.
And he's obviously a soldier. It's not the first
I
time
mean,
I've had to deal with a
Clearly.
grabby soldier.
okay,
Grab
so
some
he gets
boy.
a yellow to try and put her in a grapple, I suppose.
Okay, yeah, and that's a strength roll, so that's an 89, and that is a success to grapple.
Cool.
Now, is your intention to cause any damage with that?
No, it's just to basically keep her from being able to act, essentially.
Okay, gotcha. So you got her in a partial hold with that.
Okay.
And is there any other action that you want to take?
I think that for right now, this is the thing that would make the most sense to him. I suppose. Let's see. Okay, I don't have any idea what's going on right now, but this is the best I can do to try and stop it. I mean, because he has a talk on his turn. It seems like so. Yeah, he makes that statement, and I think that's all of his turn for now.
So he
What did he
says
say?
what now?
He says, I don't know what's going on in this moment, but this looks like it's the best thing for me to do right now because I'm not sure why all of you are fighting.
All right, and then
Jesus.
I think Tank and
They're on
Spartan,
delay.
you were both holding. Is there anything you guys want to do now that you've seen this?
Since I don't do anything but whack people, no.
Same.
Ready to lay the smack down at a moment's notice. Half a moment's notice. 1/4 moment's notice.
1/4. 1/8 of a.
I mean, it goes up. It doubles every turn, right? You hold your action, you get even readier. I don't know.
If you have multiple people grappling someone, does that have a mechanical effect?
That's called an orgy. And no.
Wow. That is not comics code.
I don't.
Compliant.
Yeah.
As far as a mechanic on that, there's no, I think, set mechanic on that, but it will make it more difficult for that individual to break loose. I think with each individual that's grappling, it's going to add another column shift to be able to break out of that. So we go at the top of the round back to Mr. Arcane.
Okay. All right. So Murderbot walks over and says, "Why are you guys fighting?" And then grabs Shelly.
Good summary.
This is sort of working.
Yeah. It's definitely put a damper on his ability to do stuff, that's for sure.
Okay. So I'm trying to think of what he could do to push. So okay, so can
I mean, you can try reaching out to her.
Yeah, well, that's what I'm about to try. So I have 2 actions. I presume one is going to be to like hold this on her head, I guess, Chris.
Okay.
And then the other one is I'll try again this time. Now that I've got like direct contact, I'm going to try that invocation again. This time, with his hands directly touching her, her head. I mean, I don't think there's any mechanical difference there, but he's going to try that again to try and push her out, and maybe with the help of the crown, that'll take hold. So he'll say, we could use poet right now, but this is something like, and he hasn't turned his gaze away. Let that light burn that darkness away, or something like that. And
Now,
so I'll try again.
What's
karma
What's
again.
the rank that you normally do that on?
Remarkable.
Okay. So you're gonna kick that up to amazing.
Okay. Cool. Amazing. And I'll spend karma, of course.
Come on.
Sus.
Come on, boy.
Cheese and crackers.
26.
Yeah. All right, that's fine. I'll spend karma to get that up to a green.
15.
And this time, Chernobog will need to get a yellow.
Okay. Psyche.
Mm-hmm. Okay.
I mean, I should have
Okay.
called karma, but I'm not used to calling karma for this guy.
Right, and he's probably not used to spending it, to be honest. So, all right. So you grab hold of her head and the crown. Hands on the crown. You recite your incantation, and she throws her head back once again, and you see that form begin to bleed out of her mouth, and it exits upward into the center of the yurt. It's still attached by these dark tendrils that are coming out of her mouth.
Okay.
But you've got it out.
Okay. Well, that's my 2 actions. I'm spent there. So
Okay. So let's just bring old Cherney.
he'll say,
Into the room
yes,
here.
that's it. That's it. That's it. Get him out. You can do it.
All right, Spark.
I'm gonna try to whack Chernobog with the pointy end of the spear.
All right.
The pointy end
on.
goes in the other fellow. That is correct.
Yeah. I'll run
That
him,
is what she said.
poke him.
That's incredible.
With
You
Rich
want to
Little.
karma?
A little late.
Oh, you still got a yellow, so
Yeah.
All right. And that does incredible damage, right?
And I'll move back. 'Cause I'm not dumb.
What are you trying to say?
okay.
I'm not dumb.
Can I take my held action now?
I feel like there's an implication there.
Just a second.
Maybe.
Bombshell. Make a psyche feat for me, please.
Can I spend karma?
You can.
Am I rolling at my normal good rank, or am I
Your
rolling?
normal rank?
Okay.
Well, the crown, the
Yeah,
+2 cost.
it's different. She's rolling
Okay,
for
okay.
something completely
Gotcha,
different.
gotcha.
Okay. Karma, please.
Yeah.
Hey,
Oh!
never mind.
All right.
What?
I'm
That's
still gonna
fine.
spend the 10 because I have to, but
Okay, so you felt the vibration of the attack on Chernobog because it's still attached, but you don't take any further damage. Spartan, did you want to take your second action?
My second action was to move back.
All right, so moving back. All right,
Oh,
Tank.
Well, I'm not smart, so I am just going to give it, a good old double-handed overhead. It's clobbering time,
Love it. Love it.
and I am spending karma on
not
that.
me this time. Please.
I'm gonna hit Shelly anyway, just because. Damn it,
And
woman!
So I'm
This
just
is what you
wanna
get
make
for
sure
getting
I have this
possessed.
Right.
Again.
So I have fighting remarkable, martial arts, which brings me up to incredible. I'm spending karma. Ooh, how much do I need to get that to a red?
Not a lot.
91.
So now I'm just going to take off 20 points because I don't feel like doing math right now.
Okay.
So there you go.
Stupid, man.
So that is a red result, and it will do amazing damage. And it is a that's a blunt attack, so that should be a stun possible.
All right, so you hit it, and it just bursts like a balloon, like a water balloon, and just spews
Except
this
it-
black goo all over the room.
So it's a water balloon that's not filled with water.
Right.
it's
An
filled with
ink balloon?
awful.
Well, that's just plain awful.
And
Oh, no.
this black rain just cascades across the entire yurt, covering all of you guys in this black, oily goo.
Yuck.
Are we still in initiative?
You technically are, yeah.
Okay. Is the
Okay,
black-
so
Is the black stuff
Well,
still
hold on.
coming out of Shelly's mouth?
I have a second action, right?
You do.
Oh, yes.
Okay. I'm gonna go grab this rug and try to wipe the goo off myself.
Okay.
Just gonna roll on it like a dog.
No, I'm gonna pick it up and kind of do like a towel thing,
Okay.
rub my face back and forth along the back, get it out of the old joints.
And to answer your question, Will, the tendrils that were attaching her to Chernobog have broken. And they have also now kind of turned into that black goo and splattered on the floor. And she's just kind of retching up what's left of that at this point.
Cool. Is the black goo Guard Force related?
Yes.
I would like to try to gather it up with my Dark Force manipulation.
Okay.
And put it in a jar.
Off of people, off of stuff, off of everyone. Just all of it. Need to collect all of it.
All right.
Am I rolling something, or is that just fine?
Your Dark Force manipulation.
But I just want it to be fine. Okay, I will spend more karma.
Well, see, the last time this happened, it may or may not been the mechanism for which Shelly became Chernobog. So
What?
I like
there
what
you
you're
go.
doing.
All right.
Hey,
So
I feel like he's really upset right now.
So
He is irritated.
You are gathering it up, and how are you gathering it, and where are you putting it?
Just kind of using his ability and just pulling it together so it's like a sphere kind of floating in the middle of the room that he's adding more to. And then he would like to look over at Mr. Arcade and go, should we put this in a crystal?
Well, I've still got this thing on her head because that was moments ago, unless we dropped out of that. And the murder bot is still manhandling her.
Yeah.
Also, yes?
Yes.
Okay. So what Hank's going to do is I'll take one action, put the crown back on my head because I'm going to need my hands free.
Now,
and then I'm going to...
Before you do that,
okay.
The priest actually has his action if he wants to do anything.
Oh, sorry. Yeah. Go ahead.
So she's basically started retching out the black stuff, it seems like.
Yep.
And he probably kind of lets her go so that she has free space to actually do that, and it looks like she's no longer under its influence.
And that way, maybe less of it gets on your shoes.
Exactly. So I think that would be... yeah, I think that would probably be all he could do right now, since the Dark Force user is actually bringing it all into that sphere. So he's just kind of watching and keeping an eye out for if there's any action that is taken from it after this point while it's being combined together again.
Gotcha. Okay, so now Mr. Arcane comes back to you.
Yeah, sorry. Okay, I didn't mean to jump ahead. But so he'll put the crown back on his head so he has his hands free. And so the murder bot has let her go now?
Yes.
Okay.
And does that removing the crown do anything to me?
Yeah. No.
No.
Well, when you removed it, when you tried to remove it without a psychic feat.
Yeah.
No, I think you're okay because he's in control of it at this point.
Okay, good deal. She's gonna be mad if you ripped her hair off.
Yeah, is she conscious or is she still kind of out of it?
Conscious, yes, but out of it as far as able to like speak at the moment, probably yes.
Okay.
Out of curiosity, have her horns gone away and her hair gone back to normal?
Yes. Yeah, she's slowly kind of now becoming her normal self. Yeah.
Okay, so then if he can, because I think Shelley's significantly bigger or more dense than Hank is, he'll pull her away from the murder bot.
Okay.
And then he'll kind of hold up one hand with some sorceress flair and a glowing tiger's head and say, "You've got a moment to explain yourself as to who you are and why you're here."
Or we could do that.
To the murder bot. I don't know who that is. He came in like one of the Terminators.
No, I get you. Will's just being a smartass.
How unusual.
I know, right?
Weird.
Strange. He's possessed. Get him.
So, Priest looks at Mr. Arcane. He looks like somebody who probably doesn't feel all that intimidated by the energy that's swirling around your hand, but he is wary of it. Like, he's not looking like he's dismissing it as if it's like nothing to be concerned about. But he also looks like someone who's probably had a weapon pointed at him more than once in his lifetime.
Oh, sure.
And he says, "I'm here to protect whichever Stark is in this time." And based off of my understanding, I was expecting to find him with this group, but you look like you are far flung from where I was expecting you to be.
So he looks to the others can I maybe get an intuition or something to see if I think he's telling the truth? Or
Yeah.
I gotta take a quick bio break. I will be right back.
Oh yeah.
Do we all want to take a quick breather?
Yeah,
Sure.
we'll say
Okay. Yeah, that's probably a good place to kind of take a quick one. So we'll be back here in about 5 minutes.
Okay.
Dreamslayer Studios presents a wide selection of live tabletop role-playing game campaigns, specializing in fresh new independent games like Tales from the Loop and the Great American Novel, as well as traditional games such as the original Marvel Superheroes RPG by TSR and Savage Worlds. Our Game Master works hand in hand with the players to create one-of-a-kind original stories that are jam-packed with intense battles and in-depth character development that rely on creative and collaborative communal storytelling. So, if you're in the mood for something a little different than the typical Dungeons & Dragons fan, look no further than Dreamslayer Studios' RPG podcast. Available on YouTube, Apple Podcasts, Spotify, Stitcher, and anywhere you consume your live play RPGs.
Okay, so where did we leave off? I think Mr. Arcane, you were asking our new visitor.
Yeah, we're trying to figure out who the robot guy is.
Explain
if I
yourself.
start
or
hitting
something
him.
like that. When he said he's here to protect the Stark from this era, I think, did he say this era or this time?
That's right. To start this from this time. Why isn't he with you?
How many other times is Stark? Is there like an Egyptian Stark?
Well,
Why isn't he with us? The answer is simple. None of us are near hot enough for holding Howard Stark's attention.
I mean, one of us is. It's not me.
I am so proud of you for saying that, Hank. Now, explain the fingering thing. Just gonna finish getting this collected.
So when
why
I
do
say
you-
Stark
I
at
wanna-
this time, I think I'm in about the 1940s. Is that right?
Yeah, it's the present, 1944. I think.
Okay, you're
So
Oh,
you're
okay.
like, you came
Yeah.
from the past. Do we got to explain like automobiles and streetlights to you?
What's a street
So,
light? No, you don't
they're
have
talking.
to explain that to me. Shock, come on.
Mr. Arcane is going to, now that this is calmed down, he's going to zip back out to go check on the Ancient One.
On Ancient One? Okay. Yeah, I'll get to that here in just a second.
But so
Meanwhile, Will is still trying to gather up the Dark Force. Mr. Arcane leaving go, or that too. That's fine.
Priest looks down at Bombshell and says, "Hey, are you okay?"
Shelly shakily gets to her feet.
He offers a
I've
hand.
been
to help
better.
if she needs it.
But thank you. I seem to recall that you decided restraint was better than knocking my head around like a beach ball. She stares pointedly at Tank and Spartan.
Sorry.
I shrug. You were growing horns and glowing black. I've been around this magic mumbo jumbo stuff enough to know when someone's possessed.
You're right. You're right, Tank.
And
You're
and
right.
don't take this the wrong way, but that's like not the first time you've been possessed.
Okay, maybe not right now.
He's just kind of looking around, taking in what they're saying.
Oh,
Could somebody bring me up to speed on?
can we put that thing someplace? She points to the globe of darkness that is being held in the air.
That slowly has more being added to it.
Yeah. It's like, can we put that someplace away
Working on
that
it.
is not, anywhere near me, for instance?
Back in you, yeah, that would be
No.
not there. Is there a way to dissipate it or something like that?
You could throw it back in the Dark Force dimension.
I mean,
right?
Theoretically.
Send it as a present to Oblivion.
My mic could disintegrate it. If you want me to try.
I don't think it's a real matter. It's like energy that behaves like matter.
Chris, is there a way to send it back?
And I kind of played your character last time, and I don't know if you got to watch the video from last time.
I unfortunately did not.
So you will have interdimensional travel now. That you can open up a portal and travel through. For you individually, it will be instantaneous. But if you're taking the group anywhere, you have to travel into the dark dimension and out of the dark dimension.
Gotcha. So for Will, it will basically act as a teleport.
Basically, yes.
Okay. And that's at his power rank, so remarkable?
Yeah, I think so. Yeah.
I was just thinking, Will, you could probably give that to Oblivion as a present.
Here, have more of you? I don't know how well that'll fly.
It's not part of him. That's Chernobog. The guy that was trying to take over his dimension.
I'm not convinced that everything in that Dark Force dimension isn't actually part of Oblivion in some way, including the other living things.
I mean, in which case it's putting it back where it belongs?
Not a bad idea. Will do the dimension travel thing and take it with him and put it back and then come back.
Okay. Are you going to present it to Oblivion or just put it somewhere? Okay.
I missed what you just said because my cat unplugged me this time.
Are you going to present it to Oblivion, or are you going to just stuff it somewhere in some dark corner?
No, we should probably give it to Oblivion just in case it recoalesces in the Chernobog.
Gotcha. Okay.
But I should do that after Mr. Arcane, I think.
All right. So, Mr. Arcane, you go outside. There are a couple of citizens of Camartage now that have come over to aid the Ancient One. He has been hurt badly and is unconscious and has lost a lot of blood. So the folks here in Camartage, of course, have magics, that are available to them. And right at this point, the few mages that have surrounded him have basically put an energy cocoon around him, and he is now kind of floating in midair on like a magical stretcher, for lack of a better word. And they are attempting to take him to a different location away from the yurt.
Okay. I can help. I can help. I don't know. I can help. Semi-panicked.
Make a popularity.
Oh boy.
Oh geez.
Wow.
I mean,
kind of a dick move, but okay.
I mean, you showed up here with your buddies. And now the ancient one is almost dead.
I know.
So
I'll spend
you and your
karma.
floozy.
I'll spend karma on it.
Wow.
Oh no!
Oh no.
Oh no!
Wow.
I mean, it wasn't a
I
one.
think you get the you've done enough.
Karma.
You can spend karma. You got to get it up to 51. So
Oh
Okay.
my god.
Okay.
Damn.
It's been a hard night on my karma pool.
Uh-huh.
One
Mine too,
of
actually.
the there's 3 mages here that are attempting to help. 2 that are a little bit younger, probably in their 20s, and then another one that's probably maybe in his maybe mid 50s, older, more experienced, and he is the one that is kind of manipulating the energy bubble that is encasing the ancient one.
Okay.
And he looks back over his shoulder as you said, I can help. And he says, "You've done enough, neonate.
Oh.
We have him."
I understand. Let's see. All right. Well, I guess he'll stand there, right? Because he's been like put in his place.
He's been told.
He got told, that's right.
I done got told. And I mean, it looks like he's breathing though, and everything, right? I mean, it looks like
and you did stabilize him.
Okay.
So I mean, you know that he is breathing, he's alive, and
geez, I probably still have his blood on me, right?
You might,
I mean, because
yeah.
I drug him out.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
Mm.
But I mean, knowing what Camartage is, and seeing that they have already begun the process of healing with him, it looks as though he is probably at least in good hands for the time being.
Okay, well, I'll stand there and watch them as they go away, contemplating my life choices for a few more moments.
Yeah.
Perhaps this was a poor decision. But he'll stand there for a few more moments, and then he'll go back inside. A little hangdog.
All right, we'll
rubbing
switch
his hands together.
We'll switch over to Will, heading back into the dark dimension. Now, when you go in there, the kind of automatic thing now is he begins to transform into his more fiendish look as he enters. And you enter into the observatory where Oblivion was located, and your presence is sensed as soon as you arrive. And he swings around in his crescent moon-shaped throne. He says, "Ah, my son that is not my son. You have returned."
I have. Stepdad? I brought Chernobog, or the liquid form of him, after he popped, to return him to you. Not really sure what else to do with him, and I lacked a bucket. So, here.
I lacked a bucket. Cool.
Did you pull the Slavic nightmare from the girl's body yourself?
I did not. I helped, sort of, but my companions did most of the heavy lifting on that front.
Well, do better next time. That is the first of many tests.
Do better.
Okay, good note. Thank you.
You know you don't need them.
How so?
The colorful ones that you brought with you. They are beneath you.
Let me check something. Hold on one second.
I mean,
Now
they
Will's
are,
gonna get possessed. Oh,
for the
man.
most part, they are uneducated rabble. I mean,
I just wanted to see how close to the surface the fiend is. Like, Will looks like him, but he is still in the driver's seat.
Yeah.
I feel like with a green, the edges do start to blur a little bit.
Mm-hmm.
And he's going to start losing track of things like he did the first time, like the difference between I and we, and have kind of a Venom situation going on. I think that each of them offers valuable skills, experience, and knowledge for the sort of tests that we're facing so far. Each of them have proven themselves in battle and outside of it over and over again. And then his voice gets a little bit deeper and kind of echoey. And we feel that it would be foolish to discard tools so early in the game. And then he just kind of shakes his head and just... Everybody has a use.
What is so special about you, the carcass that holds my son? You perplex me.
Not intentionally.
How is this possible?
That I hold him?
Yes.
I don't know.
I'm stubborn as fuck.
I would love to know. I have spent my life studying ancient civilizations and ancient relics and the way that the stories and legends present themselves. And through those studies, I've gained some insight into a few small disciplines. Because of a misspent youth, I spent some time hardening my self-control so that I would no longer have issues of temptation. And where your son lives feels like it feeds on that sort of temptation and that sort of weakness inside of people. For me, that area had already been well tested and reinforced. So he has felt that the barriers are stronger than I suspect he anticipated when he first entered.
What do you believe in?
I don't know. What do I believe in? I believe in science. I believe in things that I can see and touch and feel and understand. There are a lot of things in science that I don't fully understand yet, and we don't fully understand yet. But that doesn't mean they're not explicable. Even the things that Mr. Arcane does seem like they have a logical and rules-based system that exists underneath of them. It's a form of science we just have not yet codified. And I think the same is true for everything that happens here.
How do you define darkness?
There are two different types of darkness. There's simply the absence of light, and then there is that other sort that you feel when you're truly alone, when you're isolated. The kind of thing that plays at the side of your vision and gnaws at your mind and threatens not just to make it so that you can't see, but threatens to unmake you. Like your name, Oblivion, the ultimate darkness.
Yes. The entity that you hold inside you was my second born, the first after death. And he sought my throne. And yet you, a mere mortal, are able to quell the power Of the firstborn son of Oblivion.
That does seem to be the case.
How does your science explain that?
Kind of wish Shelley was there. You
Green?
need a dose of stupid.
I think the way that my science would explain it is that your son's not half the badass he thought he was.
Oh, shit!
Make a psyche feat.
I love that!
Straight psyche or resist domination?
Shit talking.
I think the resist domination.
Okay.
Oh,
I feel
love
like
that.
in this case we'll need to spend karma. Let's take that up to a red.
Okay.
Hell yeah.
Which is probably 10, right?
Yeah. You feel the fiend
Mhm.
inside you railing against what you just said.
He steals his jaw and tries not to show a thing. Just
Pipe down, bitch.
Yeah. I'll turn this car around. I swear to God, I will. I'll do it.
I find this game interesting, and I want to see how far you can take it. Can you control my son? Or will you become one?
what do I get if I win?
You gain my throne.
Well, there goes that poker face. Well, blinks and just oh, okay, right.
My son alone was unworthy. But you, perhaps, with the power at hand and some time, might become worthy.
Well, the alternative to winning this game is that your son is going to ride me like a skin suit. So I think I am incentivized to take the field and do my best.
Time will tell. Now go, join your colorful friends.
Thanks, and when Chernobog reconstitutes, tell him we said hi. We'll teleport back.
All right. So while that was all going on, Mr. Arcane was out kind of getting the what for outside the yurt. And while he was gone, the rest of you that were in there with your new companion here, if we can call him that yet, what do the rest of you guys do while the other two are off doing their own thing?
Oh man, we left them unsupervised, Mr.
You
Arcane.
did.
Well, Shelley has manners.
One of them's
So
bound to
she
be
would
possessed by
actually.
The
Probably
Shelley
bird
has.
is going to fall down on her haunches in this watching and waiting thing that soldiers do.
Well, if
Shelley
I'm
will
done,
Mhm.
I'm sorry. If I am done getting as much of the goop scraped off me as I can, I'm going to transform back to human form since I cannot maintain tank form too long, and see if there's anything to eat in this place.
The
Or
ancient
drinks.
one was working on kind of a little breakfast over there, so yeah, you could probably munch on a few little snacks over there.
Sorry, but fighting evil all day takes some energy, man.
The stupid spear.
All right, Shelley, what were you gonna say?
She now that she's sort of put herself together a little bit, she will turn to the new arrival and she will extend a hand and hi, I'm Shelly Ames, Bombshell. What's your name?
So, priest puts his hand out and takes her hand and shakes it firmly, and says, "I'm priest, and you are Bombshell, and you're human tank, and you're Spartan."
Yeah, and you say you're here to save the Tony Stark of this time. I'm
Howard.
still a little confused as to what other times have a Tony Stark.
Howard Stark.
Howard Stark, the Stark, yeah. He said the Stark of this time,
Yeah.
I believe. How many Starks are there?
So, I wasn't sure if it was going to be Howard Stark or Tony Stark or which Stark it would be, because there are different Starks over the course of history. So I wasn't sure which one of them was the right Stark in the 40s. I couldn't remember their first name. My head got a little bit rattled coming backward through time. There's details that are a bit fuzzier. And to be honest, I wasn't expecting to be the one coming back. When he says that, he has like a momentary look kind of go over his face as if he's thinking back about something, and he just puts it to the back of the mind and continues moving forward. So I'm sorry, I neglected to introduce myself because I ended up in the middle of some type of battle.
Yeah, don't worry, it's fine. Manners really, they take a beating out in the field, don't they?
Yeah. So what brings you to this place, and where is here?
We're in Camertage. I don't know where that is, so don't ask me.
Fair enough.
I think it's someplace way east. And we came here to put something in safekeeping, which is now probably in the worst possible place it could be, come to think of it. But I'm hoping it'll be back any second now.
And Mr. Arcane, you would probably be coming back in around about this time.
Okay, so he walks in, kind of probably trying to wipe the blood off of his hands. Suddenly aware of it, and so let's see. So Shelley's over there chatting the new murder bot.
Mm-hmm. And Tank is over there eating the Ancient One's breakfast that he was
digging
making.
vittles.
I mean, he's probably not going to eat solid foods for a little bit.
Yeah, Spartan is just creepily staring at all of us. Okay, cool.
Yeah.
And where is Will? Will's nowhere to be seen, right?
Correct.
Yeah.
Because he left after I left.
Mm-hmm.
Mm-hmm.
And Will has the spear.
Yes.
Uh-huh.
I'm like, okay. I still don't know who you are. He points.
Priest.
His name's Priest.
Okay.
I think it's your name, right? Not like you're not an actual priest. Or should I call you father?
Yeah, it's just a surname. It's the last name.
Oh. Okay.
Where is Will and the spear?
Oh. I suggested he take Chernobog to Oblivion, since maybe he would appreciate it. And
So
he definitely does not belong in here.
The spear to the Dark Force dimension.
Not the spear. That was an unfortunate side effect, like you guys say. He'll be back any second now, I hope.
Okay. Okay.
Are you okay?
Yes. Yep. Yes. Yes. Yes.
She kind of gives him
Yes.
this look like, I don't believe you.
If we successfully
Yes.
do an intuition roll, are you okay?
Shelly will go over to him.
Let me make a roll. Would that be psyche?
Sure, yeah.
Or would that be
psyche, yeah.
Yes.
Okay, well, you can fake being okay.
Yeah, he steals himself. Yes, this is fine.
And is he okay?
He will be okay.
Okay.
Is there like a pitcher of water in here by chance?
Yeah, over by a tank.
I go and pick it up and hand it to Mr. Arcane. Mr. Arcane, since I saw he was trying to get the blood off
It's not
his hands.
beer.
No, it's
I tried. It's not beer.
it's okay. It's fine. It's fine. This is fine. Fine. It's fine. But I'm only going to give, and he looks at his wrist, which does have a wind-up watch on it. We're only going to give Will a few more moments, and then I'm going to try to have to go find him.
And he's standing right behind you now.
Go find who?
Oh,
You.
there he is. It's good to see you. I'm glad you gave me the back. Everything okay?
Yeah. Oblivion gave me a job offer. Said you're all useless, so that's awesome. Nothing to worry about.
Wow.
I mean,
That's kind of funny considering we laid this, just smacked the hell out of those supposed kids of his, but whatever.
Yeah.
okay.
Yeah. My options are keep his son under control and claim Oblivion's throne, or his son seizes control of me, and I become a vehicle for a monstrosity that will attempt to destroy everything.
Oh,
So no
that's
pressure.
that's awful.
Although I do have
are
to say the throne of the Dark Force dimension may be a more secure position than my tenure. So I mean, there's that.
I don't think there's a whole lot of people that really want that job.
I don't know. It seems like he keeps trying.
I don't know.
They keep trying to coup
I
him
mean,
every couple
okay,
of minutes.
fair. Okay, more importantly, are you okay?
I'm great. I'm good. Yeah.
Really?
Hmm.
Do you still have the spear?
Oh yeah. Hmm.
You should definitely give that to him.
Well,
She
Now I'm not
almost
sure-
you could see her mouth almost form the words "me,"
right.
but then
So-
she forces him and points to Mr. Arcane.
Are we locking it up in your little vault thing?
Well, I don't think we can give it to the Ancient One now.
Right.
I mean,
I
my
I
understanding
think I
is you
tried to
already
give it
did
to him a
that.
little too hard,
Yeah.
and I know that's not funny, but
Because here's the thing. I definitely want to keep it, which means I definitely shouldn't keep it.
it's
I
like
have
that, yeah.
experience. Well, I mean, I have experience with this sort of thing.
Right.
You
Right.
touch stupid games, you win stupid prizes. So
Right.
Well, the other thing I'm concerned about too is that you've got enough on your plate handling what you're handling. I feel like another distraction is not good for anybody.
I mean, I feel like worst comes to worst, I threaten to stab myself with it, and we see what it does to the fiend.
I don't even know that I'd chance that.
What's the worst that could happen?
Did you just
it
say
could get
that?
loose and kill everyone.
I was thinking I would explode in a million pieces, but I was selfish.
Yeah, so
Well, I mean-
let's
None of those things are good, right?
No.
I think we
Um,
agree.
Is your vault crystal thing secure? Nothing can get
I mean-
in there?
I can encase it in in Ashur's crystal. Yes, I can certainly do that. And then once they will speak to me again, which should be soon-ish, I can present that to his second.
They're
and
not
then-
talking to you?
They
don't-
said plenty, but
I don't think that's a good idea. I think we trusted him only, and I know he's out of the equation right now.
Okay.
I don't know
then
about
I guess
I mean, how well do you know he's second? Let's start with that.
I don't.
Okay.
I don't.
So no,
I mean,
then. Absolutely not. We have to keep it with us. I mean, I can go back to hanging on to it. I wasn't doing anything bad. Or you can hang on to it. I trust you to resist whatever the heck it tries to do.
Shelley, I have a new rule I would like to propose.
Uh-huh.
You don't touch stuff.
I second this rule.
This is
okay. That feels a little rude.
I don't mean to be rude. You know I don't. But this is the second, third.
Okay, sure. But I'm talking about this item in specific.
I understand.
Right? Like,
listen,
I'm concerned about... I'm concerned about the mindset of the person who ends up getting their hands on it, right?
Yes.
Because, like... I mean, I could be wrong, but it feels to me like if you have, like, certain tendencies, like violent tendencies or whatever, it's going to make it easier to lean into those, right?
I mean, temptation is often a dark path.
And you're not a violent person. And you don't have anything else vying for the control of your brain.
Not that I'm aware of. And
so
in fact,
I feel like
help.
you are the next best person other than me to hang on to it. And I know you all are worried about me hanging on to it, but keep in mind, I've had the thing for, I don't know, a week now.
And you didn't do anything.
I didn't do anything bad. I wasn't going to do anything bad. Not only that, I wasn't tempted to do anything bad. Like, I didn't want to hurt anybody because of having that thing.
No. It isn't so much you being tempted to do something bad, as that we spend a lot of time going into really dangerous places with, freaking Nazis and demon Nazis, and all we need is one, screwed up
And I keep
battle.
getting possessed. Yes, that is fair. Yeah,
we really need it. We need it off the playing field. That's what I'm saying.
I'm moderately horrified, but I was going to say the exact same thing.
Hey, can't we give it to...
Horrified of the scenario, or horrified that you agree with him?
Yes.
That Tank came up with it before I did.
What about asking Oshter and Hagath and Agamotto to hang on to it? Just to put it under their care. They don't have to do anything with it. Just don't let anybody else have it.
Extra dimensional gods?
They don't.
Yes.
I mean, I borrow a tiny fraction of their power. It would be like an ant asking you to hold on to its treasure. They don't even know I exist.
I doubt that. They literally worked through you to stop the Darkhold and all that nonsense. They at the very least, they know you exist and they approve.
I don't.
You undersell yourself.
That's true.
So based on what I'm hearing, it sounds like right now we have to take it with us. There's not a place that we can think of that we can put it. Am I following that right?
Taking it with us is a terrible idea.
Is it more terrible than any other idea we can come up with?
Yes, it is.
So where do you think it should go?
If it is in play, it is being taken into danger where it can get taken.
But where are we going to put it, Will?
Where are we going to put it?
If we don't have eyes on it, someone else is going to get a hold of it. We put it in the Vatican. Some overachieving priest thinks he's going to save the world and grabs it and goes and tries to lead a holy war and take over everything.
Can we destroy it?
I don't think that's
I legitimately don't think it's possible.
I don't think it's possible, and I also don't think it's a good idea. But I'm literally just talking out of my butt here, as they say, because I don't know.
Name the smallest, most podunk town in any city in the United States that you can think of.
Irvington, Kentucky.
Perfect. I propose we take it to Irvington, Kentucky, and we store it in a safe deposit box under an anonymous name.
You're assuming Irvington has banks.
Yeah,
Are there
good
cities
point.
so small they don't have banks? I'm not experienced with this. I'm from New York.
Yeah, there are actually.
Oh, okay.
There's actually two.
So explain. I am not familiar with safety deposit boxes. Could you explain how that works for me?
It's a box in the vault that you rent.
Yeah.
People usually keep their
Well,
family jewels and wills and stuff like that in there.
To be honest, that sounds like not the worst idea.
I don't disagree yet. What if we also put it? How long did those crystal thingies that you make last, Hank?
I'm not entirely certain.
That
Long
seems
time?
to indicate, I was supposed to say, that seems to indicate a long time at the very least.
I would think so. I hope so. So what if you put it in the crystal, and then we go to some podunk town and do what you said? I hate this idea, but I hate it slightly less than all the other ideas we've come up with.
Let me propose an alternative. We put it in the crystal. Hank and I discuss where it goes. I go put it there. None of the rest of you know.
I would say the other way around, except you can go anywhere faster.
That is correct.
I don't know. What do you think, Hank? I'm not super comfortable with you being the one that knows, just because of what you're dealing with. No, nothing personal against you, just because of what you're dealing with. And I am intimately familiar with the sort of thing. Though you handle it way better than I do.
Years of practice.
I would be
Look at it this way. Who in this group is the most likely to be able to resist telepathic intrusion?
I think I am.
Yeah, one of you two for sure.
Either you or me.
I think either of us.
Yeah.
And the crown
Which is why I
enhances
think
that.
we're the two who should know, just in case something happens to one or the other, but someone still knows.
Yeah.
Okay.
All right.
I'm good with that. I think that's good. Just
I
one
hate
knowing,
this
I think it's not
so
enough.
much. I still think I should be the one to hang on to it because I don't.
I think the fact
I
that you want
understand.
to hang on to it means that you're disqualified. The fact that I want to means that I'm disqualified.
That is such a catch-22. I really don't like it. Also, I'm
Who
not
is
sure
the
that's
most-
20. I'm not sure that's
The
a thing
leader
yet.
who does not want to lead is the one who is most qualified to do so.
Yeah.
So Hank and will step aside out of earshot and have a little chat.
Catch-22 doesn't exist yet. Strike that.
Yeah, I just had to look up Lord of the Rings so I didn't make an incorrect reference. It won't be around for another 9 years.
Okay. Ugh, I hate this.
Me too.
Also, we need to do something about my brain.
Yes,
Because
Will
this is ridiculous.
falls over laughing.
That was some bullshit.
Perhaps I can. Well,
And he tried to possess you and couldn't. Why couldn't he possess you, Tank?
I don't know.
I was there.
probably the iron.
I watched him try, and
Yeah.
he couldn't get into. Oh boy, oh boy. Let me tell you what.
Dark Force doesn't care about iron.
I know.
Oh, definitely the iron.
I'm strong-willed. What can I say?
I mean, you're
Trying to make her
stubborn.
feel better.
Oh,
Yeah.
it's
She
the
doesn't
same
need to
thing.
beat herself up over this anymore.
Yeah.
She flops down on the floor.
Look, Shellybog, it's like this. So
I will murder you.
Some people are more susceptible to
She holds up
colds.
a hand and lightning just starts arcing up through her.
Some people are more susceptible to colds. Some people roll their ankles, and some people get possessed a lot. You know, if you had led any other life, this would never have been a thing.
Arm just drops. Flop. Lightning just bleeding out into the floor. Okay. All right. So that's you two go talk. Let's get that done.
So we'll suggest someplace like in the Midwest where no one cares about really much of anything.
Oh, Nebraska.
Where are you from, Hank?
He's from, I forget. Well, his bookstore is in...
Was it Philly?
Yeah, it was, Oh, I don't think I said the city.
Part of me thinks that maybe obscurity through just the sheer amount of safety deposit boxes might even be better.
Here's the problem. The place that has the most safety deposit boxes are New York. Supervillains knock them over every 38 seconds.
You got a point. That's why we were talking about a small town. Hold on. Here's my other thing, though. Doesn't, mystic stuff have some kind of thing that, you magic types sense? Wouldn't this be like a giant beacon? That's why I thought we were looking for some place to store it outside of Earth instead of giving it to Agent Carter or something like that. We kind of wanted it really out of the playing field.
What about Fort Knox?
We put it in the crystal.
If it's in Fort Knox, some genius there is going to get the idea. He's going to take it and go, stab Hitler with it.
Yeah.
Good point.
Yeah. Actually, we suggested that, and Howard pointed out that Fort Knox wouldn't be a great idea, too.
Yep.
What about some place in Wakanda?
I mean, I think we floated that possibility as well. I mean, that is actually, and we're going there anyway. But,
maybe that's it.
Oh, we didn't want it around. We didn't want it around the Prince of Atlantis, right?
Oh yeah. That submariner guy.
He's gonna be there, yeah, and he's like, he already tried to conquer the surface, I think, if I remember.
And my understanding is he's pretty stabby.
Yeah, so maybe not anywhere where he is. Yeah.
So why? So we came all the way here for the Ancient One, and he doesn't want it.
Well,
I stabbed him.
He was stabbed to death, nearly.
Nearly
by the spear.
He's alive
by Chernobog.
We could find out how long they expect before he will recover enough to let us know if we can no longer leave it here.
I'm not sure we're on great speaking terms right now.
I was about to say, I think that may be a tough ask in general. Hey, this thing we stabbed you with a minute ago? How long until you can take it back?
Honestly, I think he will be fine to speak with, but I think his acolytes, who look at him almost like a religious figure, I don't think they want any of our bullshit. I think they're
out of character. Question.
Well, this whole situation has placed the realm in grave danger, and it's my fault because I suggested it, and it's kind of a big problem. So we will fix this on our own now. We will go and put this somewhere in a haystack.
Okay.
That the two of us know where it is.
Okay.
And
sorry,
Hank,
just
you go. I'm sorry. Go ahead.
Yep. Just real quick. Mark had a question. I just want to make sure we didn't get too far away from what it was he wanted to ask.
Sorry, buddy.
That was an out of character question because my character, He's familiar with power. He's not familiar with magic. But Mr. Arcane can astral project. Is it possible that he could astral project and speak to the astral projection of the Ancient One even while he's recovering?
I mean, yes, he can astral project. But there are ways to keep out astral forms too. And I'm kind of persona non grata right now. Also,
you know all those acolytes I was talking about that look at the Ancient One like a religious figure? Hank's one of them. He's not going to ask for shit.
So,
yeah.
Cool
Right.
beans.
But
I was just curious.
In line with that astral projection, Hank, once we figure out where we're going, I will go there and you should astral project there. So you have eyes on it and you know for certain.
Yeah. Okay, so we'll pick. So I didn't write it in my background. I forget. It was not New York that he was from. I want to say it was like, I don't know, New Jersey or Philly. Somebody said Philly. That sounds right. So we'll say that he's from Philadelphia. And but I don't know, what's a small town that I don't know Philadelphia at all.
Lancaster City. I'm from Philly.
Oh, okay, sure. Cool.
Lancaster City. It's where the Amish ride into bank.
Oh, perfect.
I know, right?
Perfect.
That's not the first time we've used Lancaster City to hide something in the last 2 days of gaming.
I know.
Okay. Well, then, if Mr. Arcane is from there, he would probably know that too. And he would probably say, hey, look, that's a perfect place to hide something like this. So,
okay. What time is it there right now?
What's that?
What time is it there right now? I would say
we're in
morning
Nepal
here,
or something, right?
It would probably be maybe
so Kamataj is in
Nepal or so.
So we're going to need to wait until regular banking hours, another 6 hours or so.
Well, you could teleport in and
I could, but that makes a
they're going to rent out that box and open it up to put some stocks in there and be like,
what's this?
That's right. Jebediah, plain and simple, will be looking at the Spear of Destiny going, Mother, I'm not sure what this is.
And then campaign number 3 is an Amish person wanting to take over the world. Spear of Destiny.
You know who won't have it? Hitler won't have it.
That's true.
Jedediah will have it, but Hitler won't.
That is correct.
There we go.
Next campaign, we all play Amish superheroes, and one of us has to have the code name Rumspringer.
Oh my god!
Sounds like the one shot. If we ever need a one shot break,
you know, I bet I could do something with Barn Raiser as a name.
Oh yeah,
kind of like
absolutely.
wind and I think you can get wind and storm powers out of that. You know?
Yeah, I think so.
All right. Well, I will do my part. I'll encase it in Ashtor's crystal and the unearthly material strength crystal. It can create a large blue crystal which will form around any item, magical or otherwise, up to the size of a 3-foot cube. The material strength of the crystals up to is unearthly.
Okay.
Good.
And so it mentions Doctor Strange prevented some dude from using some scepter, right? So it's good for that specific sort of thing. So
good.
I will do that.
Honestly, perfect.
And Shelly is so sad right now. She was totally gonna give Will a hug and try to pickpocket him.
My spear.
Oh, is that what that roll was?
Yeah, it was. She actually rolled high enough psyche to where she didn't try
it. Sleight of hand check, please.
Mm-hmm. Which, I mean, she would be probably okay at, honestly. But nope, she was a good girl, and she didn't do it.
Good job, Bombshell.
Kind of proud of her, honestly.
All right, so if you're going to take it then to Rumspringer or where wherever it is that you're taking it.
Run
Yes.
Springville.
Yeah.
That's right.
Certainly, you're gonna have to wait until
Mhm.
the bank actually opens so you can conduct the transaction. So
Yeah,
you're gonna
6 or
have
7 hours.
you're gonna have probably about 12 hours or so, probably, to be able to make that happen. So in the meantime,
We can
here
just
in
wait, I guess.
Camertage, and in light of the recent events, what do you guys want to do until you're able to do that?
Well,
Mr. Arcane doesn't really want to show his face. He wants to just
I was gonna
Yeah,
say,
we
do
should
sit right
leave.
here.
Do we need to get out of here, or are we just waiting until?
I think we should just wait here.
Okay.
Somebody said there was some water. I need to. I've still got his blood on my hands.
Yeah, here's some. Guy doesn't have any, beer. How about like wine? Don't they have like, rice wine or something up here and wherever we
They
are?
do, but these are the most disciplined minds in the world. They're not gonna use things
Then
that
they
cloud their
should be able
judgment.
to handle it without, getting weird. It's a test. It's a test of how their self-control.
Oh, you might be right.
I imagine
I mean,
one thing Priest
frankly,
might be able to
there's-
be brought up to speed on stuff that's happened.
Mm-hmm.
I don't know if we really need to role play that out. I have watched all of your sessions in this particular campaign.
Okay.
So I
there you
think,
go.
Mark, what I'm going to have Priest do actually is make an intuition roll for me.
All right. Let's see, that is...
Shelly loves to gossip, so she will bring you up to speed if that is a thing that is requested.
Okay. So 66 is a yellow for you. So you know enough about time travel to be dangerous. And there's a sequence of events that have happened at this point that you know of, and you know that right before you got to where you made the jump yourself, within minutes before that, there was a group of Terminators that had utilized the same machine to throw them back to a time period. And what the evidence that you're seeing right now, or well, right before you made your jump, is that the past was already being changed. And it goes back to a certain moment just days before where you are right now. And an assassination attempt on the life of Howard Stark.
Just outside of Paris.
Right. And that was not, in your history, that was not what had happened. That was not a part of the plan. Which is why you now know you've got to go back, because history has been set off its course. And part of what needs to happen is connected to this particular group. And you do know that it all centers around Wakanda.
Okay.
And something happened in Wakanda that changed the course of history to the future that you know it to be. And that's what you want to prevent. And you know that it was the death of Howard Stark.
Okay.
Okay? So, other than that, what caused his death, you don't know. But you know there was a moment in the near future that you are now within, that there is an event that occurs that results in his death. And is what sets your future on its course.
Okay. Cool. Well, part of what I will do during this waiting period then is I'm going to relay that aspect of my reason for being here to the rest of y'all. Because Mr. Arcane, you asked for more information about who I am and why I'm here.
Yes.
And to be frank, I come from a time that is also war-torn. Humanity was almost extinguished. If it wasn't for a miracle of people beginning to manifest their own abilities to fight back against these STs, these Terminators, we would have been wiped from existence. And
What's a Terminator?
they are robots. They are mechanical beings that hunt and kill humans for the purpose of advancing the agenda of an artificial intelligence called Starknet, a computer mind.
Okay.
Are they metal boned, covered in human flesh and organs?
They're not always covered in flesh, but when they're trying to infiltrate, yes.
Oh, there was the one that was like the goop. Hey, you still got the jar, right?
Yeah.
Do I
Yes.
recognize what a T-1000 is?
Yes.
Okay.
Pull out the jar, shake it a few times, and then hand it over.
Can I do
Now,
an
in fairness-
intelligence roll to know if it's tactically unsound for us to have it in the jar with us?
You can, yes.
Okay. Can I use my computer to bump that up?
Yes.
Okay. Cool.
Will feels like this is a gimme. This isn't a question.
I have no idea.
Fairness.
Oh,
Those
no.
things arrive.
Completely, I'm
Your computer
completely
literally
okay.
just BSODs. Blue screen.
Love it.
You take out your computer and chew on it.
I've never seen anyone just contain a portion of a T-1000 and carry it around with them
Right.
like a pet.
Well, we didn't know what else to do with it.
I don't know what to do with it in this situation either.
And it tried to split up and go a bunch of different ways. And thankfully,
We
Spartan had
figured some smart guy like Stark would probably want to, poke at it eventually.
Yeah, true.
Did you say
Now,
the
in
computer
fairness,
that rules the future is called Starknet?
Say that one more time. I'm sorry.
Did you say the computer that rules the future is called Starknet?
Well, it shocking well wants to rule the future. It does not rule it yet. Not as long as there's one of us
but
around.
there's
reading.
an evil computer from the future named after Howard Stark?
Okay.
There-
At this
Yes.
point, Tank is getting confused because he is in an era where computer is a woman who does a lot of math for a large corporation.
Oh, that's true.
So he's
Wait,
picturing this sort of secretarial looking woman, on a giant throne of skulls trying to rule the world.
It's very empowering.
It's the glasses.
Yay, feminism.
But the issue is, in fairness, those machines showed up in the exact same way that you did, and they didn't look like machines until we damaged them. They looked-
And except for the one, the part of it's in there. It could look like anything. That was terrifying.
Yeah. So, no offense, but how do we know that you're here to help him and you arrived in the same way?
Ooh.
And they were
Can
here
I
to
use
kill
my
him.
colorization power to just basically transparent my face so that they can see my skeletons and muscles underneath?
Oh, gross.
That's how it works. If it's okay as a gimme, I will do that.
Yeah, no, that's okay.
Okay. Cool. As a gimme, I'm like, you're staring at him, and then suddenly you're able to see his muscles. You're able to, as he's talking to you, and his lungs as they're working.
Hold on just a moment while I do a sanity check for
Oh, God!
Shelly. She's doing good. Like, don't get me wrong. Like, when she started, she was like screaming and hiding from rats. So she's come a long way. Nope, she's good.
Nice.
She's good.
Okay. Sorry for not preempting that.
She just kind of looks and goes, of course you could see through his skin into his bones.
This isn't something everyone from the future can do, but this was something that I could do that would help with determining if the people around you are not really human or not.
Okay. Well, that's
So-
actually really useful.
So, like
Gross,
X-ray
but useful.
specs,
What was that?
like X-ray specs from the comic books.
Essentially, yes. He also takes and he just lets it go down. I also can actually just view people and see that myself. So I think I can anyway.
You mean you have X-ray vision?
I'm pretty sure I can do that with the power
Like
set
Superman?
I have. Yeah, exactly like Superman. I get that reference.
So, can you see through clothes or lead or things like that?
I can see through clothes. I can transparent lead in order to see what's on the other side of it.
Okay, interesting.
Yeah, interesting.
Okay.
Shelly
So
just
why are the-
very discreetly is hugging her jacket around her.
So why are the machines trying to kill him
Well,
that's
I bet
confusing.
that if Howard's responsible, he didn't make it to do that. He probably, made it to be a good thing. Right?
Priest, what year are you from?
When I left, it was 2055.
That's not Howard.
Wow.
That's his kid. That's his kid's kid.
We win, right? We beat Hitler, right?
In my version, you do. I don't know about this deviant version that started happening now.
And just out of curiosity's sake, who wins the World Series this year? Just kind of wondering.
Will just shrugs and goes, the
He
Yankees.
says Detroit Red Wings.
Got it.
Yeah.
Come on, man.
The Red Wings have never won anything. What the are you talking about?
The Red
No, I know the
Wings.
future's a wreck.
I think right now the Red Wings would be a hockey powerhouse, if I remember correctly.
Actually, it's the Cardinals. If we're in 1944, I had to look it up. It's the Cardinals.
Yeah, but Will, being from New York, would definitely say the Yankees.
Oh yeah.
Yeah, there's a whole movie about not telling people who wins the sports things. He looks back at Mr. Arcane. You look like you have some concerns.
So you're
I
here
understand
to do what exactly? Help him?
I'm here to protect Howard Stark.
I think the person he most needs protection from is himself, frankly.
Or
Or the murder bots?
Well, yeah, but according to this guy, he basically is responsible.
maybe it's
Murder
one of
bot.
his kids.
I was
Then
going
why
to
are they
say
trying to kill him?
angry husbands, honestly, but
I mean,
No. That's
So-
Yeah.
I'll give a
and I
little
would-
bit more context for the future for you. Chris, if I say anything you want to retcon, just let
Sure.
us know.
Sure.
Our world becomes revolutionized after the war. After a certain period of time, we begin being able to interact over a World Wide Web source. It's something that's, think about the Library of Alexandria being accessible to you without you having to go to an actual existing library. Think about if everything that was here in this place, you could just get
I've
from-
never been to Alexandria. I'm from Allentown. Library there was okay. I mean, you had
I
to go there
gotcha.
to do school paper.
The point being, you could talk to somebody over here just by sending information or get information from them or see the collected information all in one spot. You
Oh
can do
yeah,
all
we
kinds
have
of
that.
things.
It's called a phone. You call someone up, and you
It's
say,
a bit
"Hey,
more
buddy."
complicated than that. To put it
Yeah.
bluntly, it changes everything about this world, about
Okay.
history.
And it ends
some
up
point,
with
that
robots
got-
running the world.
What
Sounds
was
like
that?
it was a really bad idea.
It didn't have to be. That's the thing. And I believe that part of the coming back and saving this Stark is something that might even be able to make my world not have to go through the trepidation and trials that it is.
But
If we could stop all that from happening, it would be wonderful.
If it's his grandkid, then you kind of missed, didn't you? Or do you think he kind of, or is it like a dominoes thing? Like, he does something now that in 50 years is going to make his grandkid invent killer robots.
I think it might be that he can do something now that will keep his grandkid from creating killer robots. I think.
Yeah, he could buy some of those French ticklers. That'd do it.
What's a French tickler?
Hank.
It's I ain't going to explain it I ain't going to explain it in front of the ladies.
Okay.
So, in reference to what Tank just said, as far as it being Stark's grandkid, you know that StarkNet went live on August 4th, 1997.
Okay.
Oh, that's probably his kid.
And you are aware of Tony Stark. That there is a Tony Stark out there. Now, you also know that supposedly Howard Stark died, according to what you and your sect have been able to uncover. He officially died in the 1980s. But looking at the research, it seems as though he was potentially replaced in the 1940s.
Oh, okay.
So his actual death occurred in the 1940s. And this Tony Stark is the child of a potential fake Howard Stark.
Okay. So, relaying to everyone, there's the potential that the Howard Stark from your time is going to be replaced by one of these murder robots. You're calling it. It's an apt description.
How?
Or something else.
And no one would notice.
So you're here to protect the real Howard, who hopefully has not been replaced yet.
Correct.
Do you have any way to figure that out?
Well, I could do the trick that I just did a second ago if I want to see what's underneath.
What if he's, whatever, a spy or a agent or whatever?
We could try to read his mind.
Ooh.
Yeah, I could try that.
Yeah, me too.
If he's already been replaced, then
If you read his mind, I guarantee you it's going to be a pinup calendar.
I volunteer.
Reading his mind would be one way to potentially do that, because
I was born for this job.
I'm trying to think back. I'm not a TK or anything like that. I'm trying to remember if any of the people who had that kind of ability in my time, if they tried to read the mind of one of the Terminators, if it actually gave them anything back in return.
Okay.
Like if they were able to actually falsify that.
So I'm going to make a roll for you.
Okay.
And as you are outwardly just kind of thinking about this, I'm trying to think. I'm not a telepath. I'm not this, but you, all of a sudden, your eyes roll back into your head, and you begin to see a vision. And you see a series of discs that have carvings on them that are spinning in midair, about a dozen of them. And then you see bits and pieces of other items that are being drawn together. And it's hard to make out the shapes, but it is forming a new mechanism, essentially. And from this mechanism, you see a portal that opens, and you see Howard Stark. And you see a mirror image of Howard Stark as well. But there is something about this mechanism that you know is intrinsically tied not only to Stark, but to every individual in this room, because in those swirling discs you see the faces of all of those individuals, including yours, that are in this room. Plus some other faces that maybe you don't recognize. But you as the player would recognize them as some of the other players that have played up until this point, and perhaps players that might be coming in the future as well. So I think with it being 10 o'clock, we'll leave that as our cliffhanger.
Or 11 o'clock for some of us.
Yep. So we'll call that to a close for tonight. Mark, thank you so much for joining up with us. I hope you enjoyed yourself.
Cool. Honestly,
thanks for joining.
The whole time travel twist was not something I was expecting in this campaign, so I'm really impressed with it.
Good. Yeah. Well, he and I worked on that a little bit just to try to figure out a way to make that work. And he, being a fan of the series already, was already drawn to the whole Terminator aspect. So I said, let's run with it and see where we go. So yeah, I think that'll be fun. It adds a whole new element to it now, for sure.
Oh yeah.
Thanks for coming to see y'all and interact now. It's cool being on this side of the on this side of things.
So we'll throw out some karma for you for tonight. Everybody gets 200 karma points.
Do we have to decide right now which part goes in the advancement?
You don't necessarily have to,
yes.
but you can. But if you want to dump it right now, just into like the left-hand side, that's where you would be spending your karma out of. The right-hand side is usually what I suggest to be your advancement fund. So you can say, well, I'm going to bank 50 or 100 or what have you, at any point. You just pull it out of there and then it's untouchable from that point forward.
Okay, so left-hand side spendable, right-hand side advancement fund.
Right. Mm-hmm.
Okay, cool. I will go ahead and allocate them.
Shut up, Rocket.
Alrighty. Well, I think we'll call it to a close for tonight, gentlemen and lady.
And Shelly gets an additional 100 XP for having been yet again
possessed
for the DM's pleasure.
Well, we'll just see how many more times we can do that. So
okay, we're gonna have to do something about that.
There will be plenty more opportunities.
Yeah, out of character, investing in like that side screen thing that the magic side of the talents has might be a good idea for all of us.
No.
So
the resist dominations talent is pretty handy.
It is.
What's that give you? 1 column shift?
Is your column shift? Yeah.
It might be cheaper for me to raise her psyche than buy a talent. How much is the talent?
It's 1,000, right?
It's 1,000, yeah.
Oh, that's not bad. I could do that. If it works into the plot, like if we're actually trained by, Mr. Arcane or something, but I'm not going to spend it just, for metagaming. I'd like there to be a story reason.
Mm-hmm.
Well, I think at this point, Shelly's legit going to talk to Will and Hank and be like, okay, so you need to show me how to keep this from happening.
Does Hank have resist domination as well?
Mm-mm. No, he just has a high psyche.
And now I have
the crown, which gives me amazing mental resistance also.
Nice. Okay. So yeah, Will may decide it's time for people to go to class and teach them some techniques to fight off mental domination.
Yep.
Cool.
Let me know
And
when
I'm
I can
going-
buy that. I don't know.
It
when
wouldn't
we're
be a
gonna
bad
have enough
idea.
Downtime.
And I'm going to do that by projecting this image of pinup girls in your head until you stop. No, no.
Are you tired of this yet?
Good.
How about now? How about now? How about now?
Tank, you have to actually try. No, stop. Stop turning pages. Stop turning. I really need you to try.
He's just turning pages in his mind.
Yep,
Just,
yep.
yeah.
This is great.
No,
I don't know what you
no,
mean.
go back. I liked March.
Okay, I'm
All right.
logging off.
All right. Good night,
All right.
everybody.
Very
Good
Thanks
night.
for playing.
Y'all have a good one.
Very, very, very good game.
All right.
Yar.
Great game.
Yeah. How do we...